All right. I am going to go live on the Twitch and the YouTube. All right, awesome. So guys, we are now streaming on Twitch and YouTube. All right. So if you are a dedicated Twitcher and tuber, by all means, please report to duties so that, you can do all the good things over there. I look forward to your comments, especially from the tubers. I'm not showing any favoritism, but the tubers are pretty cool. All right, guys. And everyone here on TikTok, happy Sunday to you. Thank you so much for being here because as you know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate y'all. So with that being said, let's do all the good things and show TikTok that you want to be here. Let's keep tapping that screen, sharing a live. Let's knock out our daily gift goals, our penny goals. This helps get us on the FYP so that we can have these conversations with these Trump supporters. Also, guys, please do share the live, of course, within reason. All right. That way, let's see here. We can get them in. And, we're going to read some news. We want to talk about the two main things that are happening today is the peace flotilla out there in Gaza and also the protests in LA. All right. And we're going to try to have some fun while we do so. Laughter is good for the soul. Even though times right now feel so hard, laughter is still good for the soul and we can take joy in the community here. So let's do it. If you're a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. All right. And let's have a conversation. I mean, no one here bites, at least not yet. No one here bites. So I want to do something since we can't see the whatchamacallits. Well, I can't see the comments and I do want to see the comments. I'm going to change the grid layout. That's not how you change the grid layout. So let's go here. All right. Fudge. I can't do it. When someone joins, I'll do it. There we go. Okay. You buy in? I know that's right. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the protests in LA. All right. Oh, wow. Just 6 minutes ago, Governor Newsom said, Tom, arrest me. Speaking of Holman, he said, let's go. Newsom tells Trump's borders are. After Trump borders are, Tom Homan threatened to arrest Newsom and Bass. Bass is the Karen Bass is the mayor of Los Angeles. If they interfere with immigration agents on the ground, Newsom had a pointed reaction. Tom, arrest me. He knows where to find me, Newsom said in an interview tonight, telling Holman to leave alone the poor people just trying to live their lives. These guys need to grow up. They need to stop and we need to push back. Newsom said of the Trump administration, and I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So Tom, arrest me. Let's go. Bass said at a news conference tonight that she was in direct contact with Holman, but Newsom said he has had no direct communication with Holman whatsoever. What's the deal here? Thank you for the heart me. What is the absolute deal? That's what I want to know. Are they able to explain this to make it make any type of sense whatsoever? Just what is the purpose of threatening the governor of California and the mayor of Los Angeles? I just wish a Trump supporter could come up here and actually explain things, but they seem to be averse to this live simply because they know they can't come over here and lie. Their feet are going to be held to the fire. They can't come over here and lie. I don't allow it. Hey, Mr. Ty, I do not allow it whatsoever. There we go. Hey, TJ.
Hey, what's going on?
The rent.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot.
That's enough. It's too high.
It is.
I just came up with it. Yeah, I just came up to say this honestly, and not that fact I feel bad for the people of Los Angeles, and I'm hoping for a peaceful resolution. But the person we have in charge of our country doesn't seem to want that. But I digress.
No, he doesn't.
I don't want to hear one more.
That's why they're the party of lies.
Yeah, I don't want to hear one more person tell me two things. One, I don't vote, and two, my vote doesn't count.
Yep. Hold on one moment, TJ. Mm-hmm. Hi, Cakes. Did you vote for Trump, love?
No, but I feel like he is a better option than how you say her name, Kamala. Sorry,
who did you vote for?
Yes. Well, no, I didn't vote. I actually waited too late to register because I've never voted. But
what are you?
33.
You're 33. You never voted before?
Never.
Why?
Because I've never been into, I've never been into it like that.
You've never been into it like that. So how do you get to come up here today and say that you think that Trump would have been a better choice or is the better choice than Kamala Harris if you're not into politics?
Well, I'm gonna say this that I'm gonna say this. Kamala, Kamala. I'm saying.
Baby, come on. Okay. Just say Harris.
Okay, Harris. Anyways, her what do you call it? Her campaign was they bankrupt before the end of the night. So
I'm sorry, they bankrupt before the end of the night. What does that mean?
Well, give me a second. Her campaign was bankrupt before the last day of the election. So that's why I feel like.
What proof do you have there? Because that's not true.
Well, she paid Oprah and all these other performers, and her campaign was bankrupt. That was on the news.
What's your source, love?
I don't have it. I don't have that with me, but that's on. I mean, you can look it up.
It's on her.
So it's just trust me, bro.
Erica, Erica's on her script. Let her do a script.
Oh, she has to get through the note cards. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, but yeah, we don't need anybody that can't handle money, and we all know that America is a business. So,
you mean the man who filed bankruptcy 6 times? The man who filed bankruptcy six times is the one that knows how to handle money?
I know of one time.
You know of one time. Baby,
yes.
He bankrupted 6 casinos and 2 hotels. Okay. That's what Donald Trump did. His casinos actually made no money. Worst performing casinos on the Atlantic Strip.
Oh, okay. But we know now that he's successful. The man is a billionaire.
Okay, yeah. I need you to get to the point. I need her to get to the point where she talks about Chicago, New York, or Los Angeles in this.
You just want her to split everything?
Yeah. Let's just get to that point.
Okay, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's not even do that part. Let's do this. Hey, Liam, let's do this part. Fatty cakes. All right. You were of age on January 6, 2021, right?
Right.
Okay, you were. All right. Do you think that Donald Trump had the ability to stop the insurrection at the Capitol?
From what I've researched, he did tell people to stand down. And also it was an incident that like the KKK was supposed to get together. He did tell them to stand down on that. Now, they still went and did it. You know, people still stormed that they were wrong. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if anybody got killed. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, but people did die. They did. Okay. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's clear out the Sun penny gifts. Let's keep doing all of the good things while we're here to show TikTok that we want to be here, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, him personally, could he have went out there? Yeah, he could have went out there, but to stop people, I don't think he's trained to go out and be shooting people with pellet guns or anything.
Oh, you think I mean that Donald Trump himself should have went out there and stopped people?
Right.
I mean, why you think that part.
He could have said something. He could have told them. From what I've researched, he told them to stand down. But I don't know what happened. I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know. But
so all the footage that you have seen for the last 4 years, 5 years now, Erica? Maybe am I correct? 5 years. It's been repeated over and over again. Over the last 5 years, we've seen the repeated footage of them climbing walls, smearing feces on everything, having zip ties, erecting a gallows, and everything else. That was just
gallows for the vice president at that.
Yes. You said that they
was that a part of our imagination now?
Okay, what is this?
I want you to read the cue card that talks about January 6th as an imagination. Get to that part of the cue card, please.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Now it's up to the prosecutor.
Because it's not on your cue card. That's why you don't know what you're asking me. I need to get to part of the cue card when you talk about January 6th is not a hoax. I mean, it's a hoax. So get to that part.
Oh, I can't. I didn't say it was a hoax. I'm pretty sure it happened because we had people from Texas that were sent to jail behind all this. So
Donald Trump command them to march to the Capitol?
I don't think so.
He did.
I think he was upset because he knew that they cheated the election or whatever.
I'm sorry. Time out. You don't vote, and you didn't vote in 2020. We know that for a fact. All right. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding you correctly. Are you saying that Donald Trump won the election in 2020?
No, he okay. This is what happened because he said he's going to hold people accountable for this. But anyways, we had so many dead people vote for Hillary that it was insane. We had people that was 100, 200.
Ma'am, don't come here spreading misinformation.
100
TJ, I love you. I'm going to talk to her one-on-one, okay?
Go right ahead.
100 to 200 years old. Now that's evidence. That's research. Anybody can. I don't have no links. I really didn't plan on getting on
You
here
don't
tonight.
have any links. You don't have.
I don't. But it's
trust me, bro.
It's 2025. Anybody can look that up. You can tap your phone real quick.
But here's the thing. We're going to have a conversation, Cakes, that's actually based in facts, and you can't come up here and just say things and then say, trust me.
Well, I'm not saying trust me. I'm saying do your research. Don't trust no man.
I've done my research, and what you're saying is clearly false. The only people within the last 8 years who have been convicted, one moment, ma'am. The only people within the last 8 years who have been convicted of any type of election fraud have been people associated with the Republican Party.
I can't 100% say that because Democrats have all been in the office before Trump even got in office. It's been nothing but Democrats, and it's still the same thing. It happens every election.
Because I'm okay with providing facts.
And that's fine. Like I said, we all know that, America is a great country. We all know that. But the way that it's been going these last 4 years, it hasn't been good. And that's really why a lot of people voted for Trump.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The last 4 years, our economy has been very shot. A lot of things.
It really hasn't, though. And how so?
Because the prices have been high. Gas. There's no money is really moving in this economy.
And how so?
We can see that every day. Go to the store.
Are you talking about right now, or are you talking about the last 4 years?
The last 4 years.
This is a lot. Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Right now we are experiencing higher prices, higher than before. Right now we are. And what do you mean by no money moving?
The economy, our economy is not good right now. It hasn't been. Why do you think
our economy is not good right now?
Because the unemployment rate is high. Just like I said, everyday grocery prices, and it's been going on for the last 4 years. Same thing.
Who's currently the president?
Currently, the last 6 months, it's been Donald Trump.
Yes.
It's only been 6 months, so
it's we got Trump, right?
Okay. Yes.
Let's take a look at something really quick.
6 months, yeah.
Hold on one moment.
I think
y'all forgive me that I didn't plan on getting on here tonight.
4.1. Okay. Okay. So, in December, the last full month of Joe Biden as president, the unemployment rate was 4.1%. Mm-hmm. What is the current unemployment rate?
I'm not sure. In Texas, I think it was
I'm not asking you about a specific state, love. I'm asking you federally because that's
Right.
what we're looking at.
I don't know federally. I don't go look at
Federally
it.
is 4.2% right now.
Okay. And
Federally
you
is
said,
4.2%. And that's because of Donald Trump's economic policies. All right, what's actually happening is that companies are doing mass layoffs. And then also we have to take into account all the federal employees that he's also fired. Which is a double-edged sword because what are those federal employees going to be eligible for since they were fired?
they probably won't get retirement, but he's trying to
I'm not
shrink the
talking about
government.
retirement, dear. We're talking about unemployment benefits.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, you said what would they qualify for? I don't know because I'm pretty sure they're going to get unemployment because they were laid off.
Exactly. And who pays unemployment?
We do, everybody that works.
The government. It's the government, dear. So that's more money that the government is going to actually have to expend because of these mass firings. But isn't the purpose, again, the party of lies, isn't the purpose for Donald Trump was to basically save money?
Right.
All right. I just want you to make sense.
Right.
So
Like I said, I didn't plan on getting on here tonight, but you got to understand that he is trying to shrink the government. We don't need.
Now.
I understand, but we're trying to shrink the government, or I'm not we, but he's trying to shrink the government. We have too many federal employees. I don't know exactly what his total plan is, but if you think about it, a lot of federal employees, they're lazy. They don't want to do their job.
A lot of stuff that you're saying, Cakes, I don't mean to cut you off.
Well, I'm just saying.
A lot of the stuff that you're saying is really feelings based. Nothing that you're saying is actually based in facts. I can understand. Hold on one moment. I'm sorry. I can understand, having some emotion attached to this if you were able to provide facts, but you simply don't.
But I'm not speaking off of my personal feelings. I'm telling you what the president said. He wants to shrink the government because our government is too big. That no different departments of the government don't even speak to each other because it's too big, and that's how
bureaucracy, babes. What has Donald Trump actually put into plan to fix bureaucracy? That doesn't. What you're saying doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because how can he want to shrink the government when he at the same time wants government involved in every single part of our lives? He wants the government involved, not just in what we do at work, all right, by removing DEIA. He also wants the government involved in our bedrooms. He wants the government involved in our classrooms.
How is that?
How is what? Which
how
one?
does he want
things?
I'm sorry. The DEI, that's more towards I believe is towards the LGBTQ. That's not okay. And then you said
time out. Hold on, time out. Let's focus. Let's lock in. Let's lock in right now.
Okay. Well, you said he wants to have control over our bedrooms.
Hold on one moment. Let's lock in.
Okay, I'm listening to you.
What is DEIA? Don't tell me what it stands for, because everyone in here knows what it stands for.
Right. I didn't say what it was
the functionality of DEIA.
Something about inclusion of everybody.
All the truth about what happened to this vibrant young mother wants her loved ones.
Okay. All right. Sort of, kind of, not exactly.
Okay.
Right. DEIA is basically, okay, hold on. I have one more question for you, actually. Is DEIA, all right, is it a hiring practice? Yes or no?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right. So let's set some ground rules. DEIA is not a hiring practice. All right. It has nothing to do with who's hired. DEIA is a set of internal policies that companies use, all right, to actually promote inclusion and equity within the workplace, so that everyone can have a seat at the table and that their voice is heard. And it is merit-based, because you do not get jobs without being qualified. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Making sure everybody is the equal opportunity, all of that.
No, it's about equity, not equal opportunity. Don't confuse it with affirmative action.
Okay.
It's about equity. That means equity means that everyone has the same opportunities.
Right.
All right. You still have to work for those opportunities. Hey, Miss Gina. You still have to qualify for those opportunities.
Right.
So why did you say that you think that it is something that is predominantly for the LGBTQIA community?
Because we, in the last, I'll say about 10 years, maybe, it's been a movement of including everybody. No, no matter what your sexuality or what you identify as, and all
What's
that.
the issue with that?
So the issue is that, excuse me, if somebody wants to identify as a cat, they can. And,
No one's identifying as a cat.
Yeah, yes. Well, where I live at, we've had students at the school doing that.
No, you didn't. You don't have to lie.
we
You
did.
can stop. You did not.
No, I'm not
did
lying.
that. There's
Yes, they
absolutely
did.
no reason. I mean, if you want to identify as a cat, by all means, identify as a cat. You want to be a dog,
Right.
bitch, I'm a dog. Like, I'm not calling you a bitch. That's actually a song.
Right.
Like,
Well, they are putting litter boxes in the schools for
do
students.
you know why they're putting litter boxes in schools?
Why is that?
Because our government is refusing to do anything about gun control. All right. That is why they're putting litter boxes in classrooms. You want to know I'm going to tell you the reason why, but give me 2 seconds to breathe in and out. Okay. They're putting litter boxes in classroom because in the event of a school pew-pewing and children have to use the bathroom, that they'll be able to have a place to do it. That is why they put litter boxes in the classroom. It has nothing to do with the silliness of someone thinking that they're a cat or identifying as such. It's literally about making it easier for our babies to actually use the restroom in the event someone comes through their hallways with a fucking gun.
Okay,
That is why.
No. Well, here in Abilene, Texas, they have put litter boxes in the bathroom for students that are identifying as animals.
You just said
Which
classroom.
is
Now you
crazy.
said
No.
bathrooms.
Bathrooms. That's what I said at first.
It's
I
not
never
in the
said
bathrooms.
classroom.
You need to stop lying.
I don't have to get up
Okay,
here
what's
and
the
lie.
name of the school?
It is, you can look up Abilene ISD. And we have went to the, what is it called? The parent teacher meetings. And they have done that to accommodate.
There is no evidence to support the claim that Abilene ISD or any other school district in Texas is providing litter boxes for students who identify as animals. The claim is a debunked rumor or misinformation that has spread through social media and conservative political circles. No BS. No bullshit. Really. Really, conservative political circles.
It is
I'm going
in
to
there.
take my information from what I know about the litter boxes in classrooms from verified sources. That's what I'm going to do.
And that's fine. But I know what has happened here. So, and
No, you
that's,
don't.
yes,
You
I
just
do.
lied here.
No, I don't have to get on here and lie. Just because I don't have a picture, that don't mean that,
No one asked you for a picture. You're just a
I'm
liar.
just saying, no, I'm not. I don't have to lie to nobody. Y'all are just upset because y'all want to set up and do what y'all want to do, kill babies, and we're
See, now you're trying to
just not for
pivot.
that.
See, this is what
No,
you're
I'm
doing.
just
Now you
saying.
want to
That's why
pivot.
a lot of people don't like Trump, because he's actually standing on what this country was built off of.
He's not standing on anything. He is not standing on anything that this country was built on, unless you want to say that this country was built on hate and violence, then by all means, yes. But this is a country of immigrants.
This
All right.
young lady
And that is true also.
Yeah, she did say she was from Abilene.
Okay, I also used to live in Abilene. I have good friends there. They're one of the first people that I reached out to when this widely debunked rumor started from Abilene, Texas. And no, you will not be able to find a single piece of evidence to support that claim that there are litter boxes being held in schools there. You're more than welcome to provide me a picture of something, or one of your friends who told you based off of their experience of having their child in said school. If you don't have that, then you don't have a story. What you do have is Republican falsehoods.
Right. And I mean, as soon as I can get it, because I have, like I said, we went to the meetings here and we've talked about this, and they
Discussed
have
a rumor, yes.
to talk to the school board, and they have to quote unquote accommodate people for whatever they identify as, whatever.
Were you at a meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
So you
That's
were
what I
at a
said.
meeting where a teacher told you that we put litter boxes in classrooms to
A
address
parent had
furry
went
children?
and addressed. A parent had went to the school board.
I'm not asking about no.
And
I'm not asking
address
about a
this
parent. You said you were in
situation.
this. You said you were in the meeting. That's what I'm asking about.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So were you in the meeting or not?
I was there. I didn't.
So you were in the
take a
meeting where a
picture.
parent addressed it.
You're right.
Did the parent address a claim that was made, or did the parent address the fact that their child used or wanted one of these litter boxes?
No, the parent was speaking or asking why was the litter box. As a concerned parent, they were speaking
So
on
they were,
why.
again, they were running off of a rumor that they were told. Not a
That-
single parent in Abilene, Texas, and I
It's,
know the
it's
school you're
not
talking about
it's not a
specifically,
rumor if your child
We're
goes
able
into
to
the
prove
bathroom and
anything.
sees that.
no child saw that. Not one.
Okay, and how
Because
do
this
you
would have been
know?
on the news and their name would have came out. Because again, I used to live in Abilene. I reached out to people that I know who still have children in those school districts, the one specifically
Okay.
that you're
That
talking
don't
about,
mean that it-
which I
that don't
believe
mean that it
it's
didn't happen,
nearby, nearby
That
Market
don't
Street,
mean
right? It's on
your
that side
your
of town.
kids, their kids could be in Wiley, and the kids I'm talking about in Abilene. So
Ma'am,
I
it
said
doesn't
Abilene.
happen.
What the hell
I
are you
mean,
talking about
and you
Wiley
know-
for?
no, I'm just saying it's a different school district, but in the same town.
Well, duh. You're talking about Abilene's district specifically. That school.
Okay, but I'm saying you don't know where they.
I'm
don't, I
saying
don't know
you have
nothing about
no
these
idea
people.
what you're talking about
Thank
based
you,
off a
Frank.
parent.
How
addressing
you're going
a
to say I have no
circulating-
idea? You
Because
don't
it's
know.
a
You
circulating
don't know the
rumor
situation.
on social media. First
You
off,
weren't-
you didn't
you
know
weren't-
what
you weren't there,
DEIA
bro.
is. Don't make me start muting you. You didn't know what DEIA
Don't make
is.
you start what?
You didn't know several other things about what you're talking about. So please don't
It's
go
not.
on.
It's not that I don't
Don't
know.
go
It's
up.
I've done the research. I'm not going to get up here and just say.
You ain't done no research on nothing. Otherwise, you'd be able to provide it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I really didn't plan on getting on here tonight, but I actually thought this was a live for Republicans.
What does
Or
MAGA
for
Party
the-
of Lies? How does that?
I wasn't looking, but yeah. But
You
it's
didn't
okay.
read the
Hector, am I
line that
giving
you requested up to
Republican?
talk to.
Well, I don't know. I thought
No,
that
Erica.
I seen Candid. What's her name? The girl from Texas on there. I thought y'all was talking about her or whatever. but-
Jasmine Crockett is smaller than the words under her. And you didn't read the
Right.
words?
I can't even see it. I can't see it. She didn't change the pitch. She changed the outlook.
Hey,
But-
Betty, Kate, do something for me. Say something factual.
I did.
No, say something factual.
I did. And a lot of people are.
They sure as hell don't. Say something factual.
Well, I did.
Hey,
Y'all don't,
shout out
y'all
to
don't.
Sensei Shantae for becoming a 4-month subscriber. Thank you, babes. I appreciate you.
Y'all wanna
Drop some
get on
hearts in the
here
chat.
and-
Okay. Drop some hearts in the chat for Sensei Shantae, y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Okay. This is unbelievable right now. Like I am I'm very shocked. I don't understand what is happening. I'm gonna set one more penny goal, guys, because I typically do 3. So I'm just gonna set one more. Let's go ahead and knock those out. And let's keep tapping the screen. I know that she is she's interesting and you want to comment, but I do need you guys to tap the screen. Also, continue to share the live, do all the good things. Hector is joining us for a quick second. Show him some love while he's here. And we do have our daily, I'm kind of flabbergasted. My, what did they call it? My gabbers are flabbered. I don't know what the hell people are be saying. I'm very confused. I'm baffled, confuddled.
Listen, we
I
gabber
feel
flat, we
hoodwinked.
gabber wadded. I don't know, we everything. Because this is
I know.
fucking insane.
I feel hoodwinked, led astray. I do. I didn't land on this. I did land on this rock though, because it's my life.
I mean, y'all don't. Why are you flabbergasted? Because other people, that's your
Dear,
that black people support Trump.
no, I'm not surprised. I talk to black people every day that support Trump. I even have a Blagga sticker here because I enjoy talking to Blagga. shit's insanity. And I might be a masochist. I am flabbergasted at the fact that you didn't vote, but you think Trump was the better choice than Kamala. And then you come up here and you don't provide anything that's factual. Everything you said thus far, you haven't been able to provide a source. And then also it's more so just feelings. That's it. I don't get it. Like, you can't see the hypocrisy. I'm circling back to what you said earlier about January 6th. Like, you never actually answered the question of whether or not Donald Trump could have called the National Guard. You said, oh, well, I don't know if he could. I'm telling you that he could have called the National Guard. But I'm going to ask you this follow-up question since we actually did get off track. Do you think that Donald Trump was right in calling the National Guard on the protesters out in LA? Do you think that he made the right move there?
I definitely think so. To prevent anybody getting hurt, or, when sometimes these protests don't go as we think they should. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
So why is Donald Trump telling a completely different story than what Newsom and Karen Bass are telling? Even the chief of police is telling out there. Why is he telling a different story? Why is he saying that they're rioting, they're looting, but Governor Newsom and Karen Bass are saying that these people are holding peaceful protests? Why is he saying that? What do you think his end goal is?
His end goal is to de-escalate the situation.
He's not de-escalating. He's actually stroking the flames out there. He is. With his rhetoric, with the rhetoric that he's giving, saying they spit, we hit, saying it's okay to pew them in the kneecaps. He's inciting violence. He's escalating the situation. There was no need. It was only about 400 and so odd protesters out there. Thanks, Unc. I appreciate you. It was only about 400 and so protesters out there. And he called for 2,000 National Guardsmen. That's a 5-to-1 ratio.
Right.
All right. What do we need? 5-to-1. 5 National Guardsmen for every one. I'm sorry. I'm baffled because they're in tactical gear. They're in bulletproof vests. They're carrying ARs.
Right.
They're carrying bullets, rubber bullets. They're all of these things. Why do we need them there?
Apparently, it's something got to be going on that they're not saying.
There's nothing going on, because if there were, guess what? We would know. There are people literally documenting this on TikTok, on other social media platforms, documenting this live.
Do we have anybody on here from that area?
I'm sorry. I just spoke to Johnny Palmadessa, who is actually out there in Los Angeles right now, attending the protest, being a part of the movement. And he spoke to the fact that the things that Trump is saying are absolutely untrue.
Interesting.
There's several people. Geeky Rules is out there. Ava's out there.
Awesome.
Several Black people as well I've spoken to about the events of the last 2 days. It is a facade. First off, ICE went and instigated the situation by attacking protesters first. So whatever came next is entirely on them.
I have a question for you real quick before you start getting busy. But
I appreciate you asking more questions.
Why didn't they go help those people in North Carolina where the hurricane happened?
Girl, you got to be.
Sis, don't do this, please. Jesus.
Please don't do this.
Why did Elon Musk have to go out there and help with electricity and all that?
Okay, where was Elon? Where was Elon just last month then when those storms hit Mississippi? Where was Elon when the storms hit Georgia? Where was Trump when the storms hit Georgia? Where was FEMA? Where was FEMA? This just happened a few weeks ago. People died. About 30 people died. Where is Trump? Where was Trump down on the ground there? When did he go visit? When did he go visit? Tell us. Where's FEMA with people's $750 emergency checks? Where is he?
I didn't even know that they had a storm.
Exactly. You know why? It's because Trump is cutting funding to agencies like the National Weather Service, so the NOAA. He's cutting that. The darn acting chief of FEMA right now literally came out of his mouth and said that he was unaware that we had a hurricane season. How is he unaware that we have a hurricane season?
I can't answer that, but I don't
Exactly.
understand.
So why are you bringing up North Carolina? Why what
Because
about it?
those
We were
people,
talking
those
about
people
that
were
on
out
LA.
there for weeks without anything.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said it was people out there for weeks without electricity, food, and resources.
That is a lie. And some of those governors actually denied the federal government resources.
They denied the help.
Yes, they did.
Maybe because
Emmanuel, you've got to be kidding. He did. No way. Oh, God.
We are talking about Helene, right?
Yeah, she is.
Helene got money. What is she talking about?
they
Yes,
said
under the
you could
Biden administration, they did, but Trump actually just denied North Carolina's request for an extension of the 100% cost share for debris removal and emergency protective measures following Hurricane Helene. So, yeah, he did that under, So that means that FEMA will not match 100% of the funds that the state puts towards cleanup costs. Yeah. And this is a change. The Biden administration changed it so that it would get 100% match. So right now, as president, he lied again. He does not care about Americans. He doesn't care. He denied them help. He has done nothing for the South that experienced those storms, the tornadoes. The Midwest and the South experienced tornadoes and also other large weather events within the last month. Where was he? When did he go visit them? He didn't.
Right. It must not have been bad enough for him to go do that. Because I never knew.
It must not have been bad. When anytime people die, our president should give a damn.
Right.
All right. Over 30 people died in those storms combined. People lost their homes.
Right.
He should give a damn.
Right. And he should. You're right.
Not to mention the entire criticism of the Biden-Harris administration, which was a lie, is that they never visited, that they were withholding back funds and gave them nothing. They'll completely dismiss the photos of Biden and Harris going out there and serving people meals. They tried to use the picture that she took on supplies and then said that it was a photo app that they intentionally took and then left. That wasn't the case at all. They were literally out there in the field, but that didn't stop Donald Trump and Republicans from lying their asses off. As he sat there and tweeted about the Biden-Harris administration doing nothing, they were in the field helping people in North Carolina.
What? You keep saying you've done research.
I do. I do a lot of research.
What research do you do?
And I do this
What
stuff.
sources are you using?
Sadly, respectfully, you a goddamn lie.
Yeah, no, I do. I do.
Tell me
And
one
it's
thing you've done research
And
on.
I
Let's do it
definitely
right
don't
now.
go to CNN.
Tell me one thing you've done research on that you can verify right now. One.
I've done research on her campaign being bankrupt.
Her campaign isn't bankrupt.
I never really looked. I'm sorry, but I never really looked into the January 6th thing. I really haven't. All I know is that they trying to turn their trials around, or and all that. They're trying to release the people that was involved. I don't know what happened. I don't.
You mean Donald Trump, your president, pardoned
Yes.
J6ers, the criminals?
Yeah, if they didn't kill anybody, I don't see what the problem is.
Oh, so it has to be Schmurder for it.
People have, just like y'all said in LA, they could go protest.
You don't think
They can
someone
go
should go to
protest
prison
too.
for taking a shit in the Capitol and smearing it on the walls and throwing it at
That's
police
destruction of
Capitol?
property.
They should not be going to prison for it, but they should have been fined or something for it. Probably a day in county jail, but not 15, 20 years.
Eric, I'm gonna mute up.
You asked me, so I answered.
So you don't think that they should have just received a fine for breaking into the Capitol building, smashing windows, destroying property, doing terrorist
I didn't say
threats
they-
on our federal government employees, assaulting police officers. They should have just, gotten a fine.
Okay, yeah, assaulting the police officers, yes, they should be in trouble, but not going in there protesting. No, I don't see a problem with that. But even with
I don't
them,
think you understand what a protest actually is.
yes,
That
I
was
mean,
not a protest. That was not a protest.
okay, so you saying they broke into the building?
They broke into the Capitol building because there were police standing there. They pushed past the police officers,
And why were they able to do that?
assaulted them. Then they also, like Hector said, smeared shit on the walls.
They shouldn't have been able to get past the police.
They shouldn't have been able to get past the police.
What
should the
police?
police have done?
I mean, how, if it's the Capitol building, how can anybody just walk in there?
Because they have several guards that are stationed in different areas of the Capitol. They don't have an entire
Right, that
freaking
part.
army around the Capitol at all times. There's a
Well, they
police
should
board.
be
open to
That
the
there's a
can't just go
police
into the
board
Pentagon and
that
do
would
that.
call in the National Guard in the case of a very emergency, which Donald
Right.
Trump could have bypassed, and he did not. He sat in his little office for about 3 hours, sitting there
2 hours
kiki
and
and
48
caca.
minutes.
Thank you, laughing his ass off, tweeting about the entire ordeal before finally his daughter cried and begged for him to do something, and he did.
I don't know. I told you I don't know about that incident.
You still didn't answer my question. What sources are you using?
Oh, I don't know. It's not no CNN stuff.
You keep saying it's not no CNN stuff, but you don't know what sources you're using.
Just Google
I can
it,
tell you what sources I use.
and that's good. I really don't.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
AP. I like the Center for American Progress. I like the Yale Institute. I like Reuters. I like those types of sources. I also like when we need to
news
talk about
articles.
bills and stuff. I know that's fucking right. Where is that bald headed man when you need him? But like, what, ma'am? I feel like there are so many things that you could be cakes, but you just simply can't be fucking for real.
Yeah, I am.
You're not.
Is.
You can't be.
Is
No, you can't. Because
y'all on
Anthony,
the live talking about Democrats and Republicans? Like, I mean, there's no
yeah,
reason.
because you like to spread factual information. You like to
That-
keep
that's
people
fine,
informed.
because,
I already
I mean,
know
all-
ain't shit I
This
say
is why
here
that's
don't
happening
change
in
your
Texas.
mind about a
And
darn thing.
it's not. Because
I know. But guess what? It might change somebody's mind in the audience. But your
Good.
mind has
Good.
already been made up, even though you failed to take any type of action because you didn't even vote. But you have
I
the
did.
audacity to come up on this live and say
I
that
did.
Donald Trump is a better candidate than Kamala Harris.
what you mean you
have
didn't
done
vote?
absolutely no research whatsoever.
I couldn't vote. I never voted. I don't think, no, well, I take that back. I've never been around anybody that has actually went to vote. I didn't know. I mean, when I went up there, there's like,
What
Register.
does people having to vote around you have to do with you doing your civic
no,
duty?
I'm just saying I never voted. I said I'm just telling you where I'm coming from. Like, I've never voted. The people I'm around never voted.
So why are you
ask you
speaking
this.
on politics?
I didn't
You being
know the
so
Said that
uninformed.
she says that she's never been involved in it, but she now is what she said.
Right.
So
Due
here-
to the
I have a
last 4
question.
shitty years.
The whole election.
What?
This is my question for you. So what has Donald Trump done that has
When his
no,
first
hold on. Please let me ask the question. Let me ask
Okay.
you. Thanks. What has Donald Trump done? Like, what policy has he actually implemented that has improved the quality of your life?
I'm going to say, I'm gonna just say his first presidency is one. Like, he kept the money flowing, the economy was better paying jobs. People could actually get ahead.
Just play the song.
So
I'm sorry. You
with Biden and Harris, they really, everybody knows the economy sucked. And right now it still does.
Even my 11-year-old is laughing at you, and he can't hear a damn word you saying, but he knows. He knows. He knows. You're saying that the economy was messed up, but do you know why the economy was messed up basically the first 2.5 years of the Biden-Harris administration? Ain't no way, Scott. Ain't no way.
Money was flowing better when Donald Trump was in office.
What does that mean, money was flowing better?
The economy, the economy was better. It was just simply better for everybody. The quality of life was better.
Why?
That's why so many people that never voted went out and voted for Trump.
Why was it better?
Because he was making all these countries pay, what they're supposed to pay. It's like tariffs, and instead of sending all this extra money out that they've been finding.
No, we made $79 billion in tariff revenue from his additional ones, and then China responded with 106. We were in the negative.
Exactly. And then also, with that being said, $36 billion of the revenue that Donald Trump actually did collect in tariffs during his presidential first term was spent bailing out farmers that he caused to file Chapter 12 bankruptcy by placing that exorbitant tariff on the soybeans. All right. So we have that part, because what China said is, fuck you and your tariffs. We're going to go to Argentina. All right. We'll get our soybeans from there.
Brazil.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, you see how I misspoke and I said Argentina, and Hector corrected me with Brazil, and I said thank you, because you know what, it's okay to take correction.
Yeah, and that's fine.
All right, go ahead, Santana. I can't do this shit.
Hey, I just want to say, don't let them gaslit you like this. Like, your feelings are valid. We care about your feelings, and the way that you felt is more important than any other information or facts or numbers or like reality or truth or anything that they have. We can talk about your feelings, and the fact that, you didn't vote and the people around you don't vote, like all of that, nothing that matters. The only thing that matters is right here, right now, in this moment, your feelings, and your feelings are valid. You're being gaslit, and we're going to stand on your feelings.
Okay, thank you. But no, she was asking me how I felt about why did I feel like he was a better leader?
No, I actually asked you, what did he do to improve your the quality of your life? But hold on one moment. Hi, Hot Girl Money. I like that name. Did you vote for Kamala or did you vote for Trump?
Hello?
Hey.
Girl, I have been down in the comments and I just can't. I can't.
You voted for Kamala?
No vote, no voice. The end, period. I mean, damn, for real, you didn't even vote? Like, really? Like, is that what we're doing? And now you're voicing your opinion? Girl, you need to shut your whole face.
No, we still got it.
Hi, girl. I'm going to let you down. But I thank you for your voice.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, but
it's okay.
And then when you were corrected on the whole incident, because even I looked up that the supposed incident in where you live in Arlington, Texas.
Abilene.
That's not even true, boo. I'm sorry, girl. My bad.
It's okay. Hi, girl. Thank you so much for coming up.
Okay, thank you. That's
Cakes, you do still have your opinions. Everybody got their opinions. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one.
Right, but I'm not going into I'm not speaking on opinions or whatever. Like I told her,
you're stating facts.
Yes.
Oh no!
Just because.
Hold on, sweetheart. We don't want to do that. We don't want to talk about facts. You don't have any of those. Let's stick to your feelings.
Okay, well, that's fine too. But like I said, we all know that Donald Trump was just a better.
Hey, Callie, I got a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
What's 8 times 5?
Really?
Yeah.
Better yet, let's just go back to the old faithful. What are the 3 branches of government?
Are you taking so long to answer?
Come on. I already know that stuff.
What's the 3 branches of government?
3 branches of government.
No, I'm not. I actually have a degree in criminal justice, so
what's the 3 branches of government?
I'm not going to answer something that
I'm not going to answer
anything that that we all know that we learned in
cool.
elementary.
Cool. Something
I have
that we
another
didn't learn
question.
it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have a question. All right. What is the function of the judicial branch?
I don't know. They do something.
That's right. That is true,
That's the
Erica.
answer.
They do something.
They do
do something.
They do something.
something with the law. They either make it or pass it or talk about it.
They do something.
Well, I mean, that's a hell of a guess, Cakes. Absolutely. Hey, Cakes.
I don't know exactly what they do. I don't be there.
Serious question. Can you name any bipartisan legislation that has been passed by this Trump administration, either in his first or second term? And I will give you that there was one in his first term that you can speak to. But do you know any of that legislation?
He passed. Hold on, let me see.
Tell your Google to work faster.
No.
And make sure you say bipartisan, not just any legislation, because he passed the TCJA, which wasn't bipartisan. It was along party lines.
Right. Well, I was just gonna say what he passed recently. It's probably not what you requesting, but
What was bipartisan?
That's what I'm about to say. Do you know what bipartisan means? Okay, cool.
but anyways,
Truth is, I'm tired.
he passed a law.
You know what? Fuck it. I didn't want to do this to you, but Cakes,
Hey, let's make America great again.
Hey, serious question. Like, Cakes, you're up here in front of like 400 something people, and I obviously, again, I told you to stick to your feelings because at least no one can say, you can't prove your feelings. But when you're trying to show like actual facts and make like factual statements, is it not embarrassing? Like, are you not embarrassed? Like, do you not feel shame?
No.
What's happening here?
No, because first of all, I'm not a Democrat. So with me even
okay. Wait, you said you're not a Democrat, so that means that since you're not a Democrat, you don't have the ability to actually feel shame, empathy, respect, pride, any of that. You're.
hold on, let me finish. Let me
Got
answer it. I'm not a.
I want to
So
see what she
already,
wants to say. Go ahead.
I'm already a target. When you don't believe what everybody else believes, they already going to be like, they're not going to give you a chance anyway. So that's one.
Just a contrarian?
Am I what?
A contrarian. You just like to go against the grain. Of it.
It could be a little bit,
That's maladaptive behavior.
but I'm not a Republican either. I just feel, I'm just me. I'm independent. I looked at what the Democrat and Republican Party stood for, and I just believe that Trump is just a better candidate.
What they stood for. Okay, what did the Republican Party stand for?
Well, they're not for like getting chipped.
Getting chipped.
They're not for.
What did you just say?
Honestly,
Did you say getting
honestly,
chipped?
I said not for getting chipped.
hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all
Getting
the
chips.
number.
Oh, wait.
the number one-
Hold on. No, Cakes. Just to clarify, you said not getting chips. Are we talking Fritos, Lay's, Pringles, Funyuns? Which one?
Gotta be Tostitos.
I'm talking about the microchips, the RFD, and all that,
Wait, so the Republican Party doesn't want microchips?
or the RFD. They don't.
Why wouldn't the Republican Party want microchips?
Because they're all about freedom. They're for freedom.
You do know what we use microchips for, right? What, Cakes?
Well, probably not microchips. I'm talking about like the RFD and all that. I forgot what the neurochips is. What people?
The one that Elon Musk is trying to implant in people? Is that what you're talking about?
That's Elon Musk. That's the neurochip.
You mean like the Elon Musk that literally helped Donald Trump win the actual presidency and actually has implanted? He spent $240 million to help Donald Trump get involved. Get into the government. He had access to the White House. Oh, fun fact: we just found out that he installed Starlinks in the "quote unquote" dead zones within the White House. So Starlink is still within the White House, transmitting data. Are you sure
Right.
about that?
That's correct. And he connected with T-Mobile. That's what's broadcasting their service right now.
Right, but I'm talking about I'm talking about the Republican Party. Elon Musk and the Republican Party, they just because he's been there, he's not really attached to them.
Hey E.
I don't have the spoons for this. I'm just gonna be honest.
Hey E.
Yes.
Fuck this shit. Hey, Cakes, you are an embarrassment. Like, not only speaking as a black person, but as a black woman, right? I respect black women. Sure.
It has nothing to do with race, bro.
I hear you. I
nothing to do with
respect
race,
black
Cakes.
women above all, right? I mean, as someone who has 4 black older sisters, raised by a black woman, married to a black woman,
has nothing
by
to do with-
intelligent black women at all times around me. You coming up here on this live in front of hundreds of people and actually demonstrating everything that you know is absolutely embarrassing. I'm sorry. E, you can have it. Hector, you can have it. I'm out this bitch.
I want a mod announcement. I give you $1.
You got it. Guys, listen, almost 460 people hanging out in here, and I know for a fact that everyone head is pounding. And more than that, Erica head has to be pounding. So guys, she has a daily donation goal of $150. There's 466 people here. We only need 150 people to send $1 so she can get some Advil, so she can get some Kios or Dos Compadres, whatever she drinks. Yeah, she needs drinks. She needs, all of that. She needs drinks. She needs aspirins. Like, she might even need some gardening after this. So please make sure that we are taking care of Erica. Tap the screen, share the live. The lights are only at 57,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the shares up, knock out the stars. But please, 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 please take care of this $150 because listen, I've only been up there for a few minutes and I'm telling you for a fact, some motherfuckers love Skype. Some motherfuckers love ice skating uphill, and this is exactly what's happening. Take care of the daily gift goal, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, everything with Erica, and I'll be in the chat. If you send the Cash App, Santana Speaks 24, I will send it over to Erica. Holy smokes, you guys can have this. I'm out.
All right. Thanks, bro. I was hoping you would play the song, but you didn't. It's cool. So I just want to know, okay, Cakes, you don't know what bipartisan is, all right? It's mean when both parties are actually working together, so in tandem. There's that, and so it's a bill that is supported by both Republicans and the Democrats. Mm-hmm. All right, and that bipartisan bill for Trump was the American Rescue Act.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah,
American Rescue Act was under Biden. I'm sorry, the COVID Relief Act.
Yeah, right.
CRA. Yeah, so that was the bipartisan bill, the only one that he passed in his first term. So there's that. God, I just want to know, as a black woman, all right, because please don't say it's not about race, because unfortunately we live in the United States of America. Everything is about race here. All right, what has the Republican Party actually done for you?
Well, they have actually, the number one thing I was going to tell y'all a minute ago, the number one reason why I'm for the Republicans is because they're against abortions.
The number one reason you sat your ass at home?
They're for people coming into this country, but doing it the correct way, protecting. I live in Texas, so they're protecting the border.
Hold on one moment, Cakes. Shout out to Phil for the $3. Phil said that she is either trolling or she has one rock in that brain trying to make fire by itself. I'm just a messenger. That is crazy. Shout out to Phil, y'all. Shout out to Phil. Drop some hearts in the chat. All right, guys, we're 147 away from gold. Pay links are in the bio. Thank you so very much for all that you do. I appreciate y'all's support. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for the love, the support, encouragement, and the engagement. I am doing a really good job of maintaining my cool. I'm just acting like I'm talking to my son's dad. That's what I'm doing. Just pretend that I'm talking to him. So yeah, so if you want to show me love and support me, by all means, pay me. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, I respect the hustle.
Yeah, okay.
Make it interesting instead of being rich.
You know what? I'm sorry. Okay, here's what I need y'all to do, because I know y'all got money. I know we got some rich white people in here. Okay, We could have Fally Cakes hosting the live, spreading their bullshit. Instead, we have Erica combating the shit. And I think for that, Erica's labor should not be fucking free. All right? So, Erica Shante, the link is in the link tree in the bio to where you can donate your extra funds to knock out this goal and do better. All right? Thank you.
Hey, and drop some hearts in the chat for Sean for the 20 and D for the 5. I appreciate y'all. So we are now at 122 towards our daily goal. Thank you guys so much. Let me see those heart flow for Phil, Sean, and D. Thank you guys. Whoo, child. Okay, so go ahead, Fetty Cake. She was telling us that abortion was your number one reason. Why care what other women do with their uterus?
It's not that I care about the other women, it's that I feel like everybody should be able to I believe that everyone should be able to live no matter the situation or the circumstances.
What? Expound on that. Expound on it.
Well, a lot of they try to say, oh, what if a woman was raped and all this, but that's really a small percentage. But a lot of a lot of females go out, want to have wild sex. Oh, I can just pop this Plan B or go get an abortion. I
Do you think that the purpose of sex is to actually procreate?
Yes.
You think that the purpose of sex, so you think that every time someone has sex that they are going to get pregnant?
Yeah, that's why that's what sex is for.
Ma'am, no. Women don't even ovulate that many days.
I understand, but
It's only for a week.
right.
That women actually ovulate to be able to get pregnant. There's a certain window that you actually have in order to get pregnant. The purpose of sex is not to procreate. Why do you believe that?
Because of my beliefs. That's why.
What do you believe steeped in?
And well, my beliefs go back simply to the Bible, but
Oh God,
As
it would be the Bible.
that's
Bible.
you ask me why? You ask me
I know.
why, and I'm being honest about it. But and this is it is
Latter-day Saints. Go ahead,
no,
I'm listening.
no, ma'am.
Your
no,
beliefs are
ma'am.
rooted in no Bible that I read. So I would love to know your version.
Okay, so it's okay to kill? Is that what you're saying?
No, because abortion is not unaliving anything.
Yes, it is.
What is the definition of an abortion?
I don't know the definition, but I know what.
Do you have a secondary device you can use to look up information?
I don't, but I know that they literally.
Okay. I'm sure you know how to tab out. Here's what I need you to do real quick. You said what now, Erica?
I said Chris wants to talk about the Bible.
I really don't want to dwell on that too much.
I don't want to talk about the Bible.
Well,
I'm
you
just
asked
here.
me the source. That's my source, and we should not kill.
No, it's not, because the Bible could perform abortions.
Exactly.
You said they what?
The Bible performed abortions.
Okay, please share that information.
Oh, that's absolutely wild. You know what? I will, because I'm an authentic person, but I find it fucking hysterical that the entire time you've been on this panel, your sources have been your ass, but I have to provide them. No problem. Give me a second.
Well, you said I've never heard nobody say
Source is
that.
nothing.
I've never heard nobody say that.
The
Never.
only source you named so
Never in
far
life.
is the Bible. And the Bible ain't a goddamn source.
It is.
2011.
It's a book of notes, history, and the future.
Is it? Is it?
Numbers 15, 11 through 31.
Oh, you're doing it. Here we go.
No, that's just a note for her to look up later. She probably ain't going to. But y'all can carry on with your conversation.
Yes, I can. You said Numbers 15 and what?
11
Nope, I
through
don't care.
31.
11 through 13.
I don't care. Nope. Ain't doing it. Anywho, I'm not going to get into a religion discussion with you. I really absolutely hate it, but we can talk about
And that's
AP. Now,
fine.
you said, no. You said that grape is actually a small percentage of what actually happens, why people choose to have an abortion. That's what you just said out of your mouth.
Right.
All right. So the 11-year-old girl that is raped by her uncle, she should carry that child to term. She should
Yes.
carry that to term. She should.
Yeah.
You want an 11-year-old who isn't even fully developed to actually carry a child to term. That's what you want. I think that is actually cruel and unusual punishment.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Because every woman should have a choice. Why do you think that the women should not have a choice? Why do you think the little girl should not have a choice?
She can't make that choice.
Exactly. You're exactly fucking right. She can't make that choice. But was she able to make the choice to be raped by her uncle?
No, okay, I'm not saying that rape is good. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I believe that everyone should have a chance to live, not kill him.
No, it's a clump of cells. That is all that it is a clump of cells. All right. And you are. Who gives you the right to make the choice for them?
I'm not saying
because that's what you're doing.
I'm not saying that the mothers are bad. I'm just saying if you're going to go out and have sex, you need to be responsible and not be just like, oh, I can just kill the baby.
No, your logic doesn't follow.
That's how it goes.
Your logic is based in some type of moral superiority. That's what your logic. You guys don't have to mute her. Your logic is based in some type of moral superiority, which I think is absolute BS. I think that's bullshit. All right. Because prior to June of 2022, the thing is that women and girls had the choice that if they did not want to carry that child, that they could abort. They had that choice. All right, now what we are facing is that we're not just facing the fact that they don't have the choice to abort. We're facing the fact that women and girls aren't even getting the medical care that they actually need in order to survive. There are women who are suffering miscarriages who can't even get a DNC in states like Georgia and Texas because doctors are afraid of no heartbeat laws. They can't get them. They're dying. Giselle in Texas died. Amber in Durgo in Georgia died. We have a woman right now who is technically dead. And guess what? She's being used as an incubator. No one cares. Well, I care. People in the chat care. But the people who actually can do something. In the comments. People who can actually do something don't give a rat's ass. And this child, per the chief medical officer at this hospital, is going to be born with a condition that may leave them blind and crippled. Make it make sense. Why do you think that you get to choose for people? You don't. Listen, I don't want to do a dog pile on Kate. So Kate, you can come off mute and you can definitely respond, love. I don't want to do a dog pile on her.
Sorry, I was talking and it was on mute, my bad. But I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that rape is good, but we're not the ones that have the power to say who lives and who dies. Now, if a doctor, it is.
Hey, sorry. 1 second. Hey,
if a doctor says that they.
1 second, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. You have bars.
Okay, guys. Yeah, can you hear me enough?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, please remember TikTok friendly language, unalive, AB, mustache man, pew pew, great, schmurder. Please be mindful of your TikTok friendly language. All right, I'm dropping.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that the R word is okay, but I mean, and sometimes it happens. But I'm speaking from the perspective of the child.
So, but here's the thing.
Everybody should have a chance. That's all I'm saying.
I get that you're saying that you're not saying that grape is okay. Okay, I'll give you that. You're not saying that grape is okay, but in essence, you are. You are. All right. And also what you're doing is you're giving rights to that child born of that grape. You're giving rights to the other parent. Unfortunately, the person who committed the crime. You're giving them rights to that child. Why does this 11-year-old, because we're talking about the 11-year-old right now, why does the 11-year-old, not only were they subjected to grape, which is trauma within itself, but then you subject them to more trauma of carrying this child to term, and then further lifelong trauma because now the person who raped them has rights to their child.
No, if you molest a child, you will not have rights to that child.
No, that's not the case, though. That's not the case. In the
That's
state
not
of
the case
Texas,
in some
they have
states.
rights to them.
Yeah, that's not the case in Texas, ma'am. You should know this. I live in Texas as well. That's not the case, and in other states, they're trying to make it to where that person who committed those horrendous acts can have rights to that child.
So you're saying that a registered sex offender that does not need to be around kids can have rights to a kid that they had after they raped someone, or I'm sorry, raped somebody. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
the rapist can sue for rights. They can absolutely fight for rights. Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of that. From what I've seen, they didn't. A registered sex offender can't be around. Yeah, an offender can't be around children if you're categorized as that.
That's not true.
That's not true. They can't be around their own children.
Yes, sex offenders all the time are around their own children, other children as well. That is not necessarily, they may not be able to get a job around children. You're correct on that, but they could be
able to
around.
live within a certain distance of children, of like
they
public
could-
schools and parks.
Right, but they can still be around
Really,
children like their own
depends
children.
It depends on the
famous
case.
Hold on. One famous case of a sex of God, I don't know what to say anymore on TikTok. One famous case of a sex offender being around their own child is Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. He is a registered SO, and they have a son together, and he's allowed to be around his son. Same house. He's allowed to raise his son. So there's that part.
And and you're saying he was the offender of the mother?
Girl, get the fuck out.
So
That is not the point of this. The point is he is
It
a
depends on the
registered SO who is allowed to be around his own child. They are allowed to be around their own children.
If your case includes children, you can't be around.
Yes, you can. Yes.
That's not. No, I have a family member that's registered. He can be around kids, but he can't be in like a.
You're proving my fucking point. Bye. You're literally proving the fucking point. You have a family member who is a sex offender.
His case did not include children. That's why he could still be around, because his case did not specifically involve a child. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, Fally. So me, you, and Maddie live in Texas. We actually have a law that actually says the contrary. 153.004. That involves a joint custody if somebody's raped, that quite literally the other person have custody. You living in Texas should have known this. 153-004.
Hector does too, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, Hector does too. My bad, bro. Yeah, so 153-004.
And it also depends on the sheriff also.
That's what happens when you have Republican conservative governors. They allow things like this. So there you go. Law.
No, they don't. No, they don't. The Democratic Party is letting kids get, letting them
Please do not. Nope. Do not pivot to transphobia. Please do not.
You're not going to take a right on Transmissio Lane with you, love. You're not doing this. Don't do it.
You can't sit up here and say as a Texan that they're not doing that when literally Chris just read you the law. That is the law. That is what they can do in Texas. So yes, a rapist, if let's say I am raped, guess what? My rapist can have rights and custody of that child. Do you think that that's fucking okay?
Democrats are letting trans people go.
Don't start. Don't you start.
I'm so fucking
don't start.
Come on, bro.
Don't start. You're not doing this.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. You're
not pivoting away from this. You're just not. Because the thing is, again, all right, in several states.
In Texas, it says no contact with minors.
No.
If you are convicted.
Where do you see that? What code is that?
Hold on, I'm about to bring it up.
Also, that's not even.
I rue the day that you provide a.
Also,
1 second.
Also, that's not even the argument. We're talking about what happens in the case of rape. So to further bear your point, it's also found in Texas Penal Code 25.10, 25.11, and 25.12. Plus Texas law 25. I'm sorry. Hold on. the one I referenced, -004, right? So this is what happens when you get like Trump loyalist conservatives. They literally allow the rapist to have rights to the child. I just quoted you 4 Texas laws. I really want to see you work your way around that.
Okay, 1 second.
Remember, we're talking about an instance of rape. Nobody asked you about somebody that's a sex offender.
Right, I understand what you're saying. It really depends on the case. It depends on the location. 1 second.
What law? Don't.
1 second.
Okay.
Bro, 1 second.
I'm not your bro. You voted against my interest as a black man.
She didn't vote.
Hey, it has nothing to do with race.
Oh, she didn't vote.
Nothing
Never
to do
mind.
with race.
She's kind of the worst of the worst.
Yeah, it is because on January.
We don't need to talk about that.
Well. While you're looking for your law that never got passed, on January 23rd, Trump got rid of a literal civil rights era based executive order of 11642 that literally banned segregation in the federal workplace. While I don't work in the federal system anymore, that impacts black people that work there. Stop with that. So now go ahead and find.
It does not. It ain't never stopped me from getting a job. It ain't never stopped you from getting a job.
In the federal
not
workplace.
pivoting.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Go find the law.
We're not pivoting. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not pivoting.
Yeah, it's
Stand
like
on
a
this.
topic. Yeah, and stop being an apologist. Find the law. Cook you up.
This is a lie. This is a lie.
I know.
Also, in the state of Texas, they do have actual rights. Can their rights be terminated? Yes, just like anyone's rights can be terminated when there is probable cause. Not probable, when there actual is cause, beyond a reasonable doubt that they are unfit to parent.
But
However, simply being a SO, a sex offender, is not reason in the state of Texas to terminate someone's rights, which is absolutely insane. All right, if they can actually show rehabilitation, and I do use that in parentheses, like not parentheses, but quotation marks, then yes, they actually do get rights to their children. I just wish y'all would fucking cruelty find any reason to actually justify your hate. Anywho, while we're waiting, let's
I'm not justifying hate, y'all. That's not what I'm promoting.
I said, while we're waiting, let's read some things. Shout out to, let me see here. I'm going to go with Mr. Wilson. Shout out to Mr. Wilson for the 10. Said that she is not a fair representation of the people in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I can feel that. Also, shout out to...
it's fine because I'm from Royce, Texas anyway.
Hey, listen, I'm reading. All right. Shout out to Stephanie for the $3. After a brain cell depleting debate like this, you'll need some Aleve. All right. Aleve is about $8, baby. But thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate you. And also over on Venmo, shout out to Peggy for the 7. Take the cake out of the oven, please, and thank you. Good God, it is done. It is over baked. It is burnt. And $5 from Phil for Hector. Stop yelling at me. Hector he does do that to people, but it's all for a good cause. Thank you all so very much, guys, for the love. Draw some hearts in the chat for yourselves. I'm gonna do the math, and then I'll be back with y'all because this shit crazy. This
Fally,
You
you're
got
a
the
black
source
woman.
yet?
Oh,
Very.
Door, period.
you're a black woman in Texas, and I mean this with no disrespect whatsoever. You cannot afford to be this illiterate.
I'm not. I can read.
What?
You said I'm illiterate.
I'm never mind, dog.
Say that shit out loud. You dummy bitch. You goddamn dummy bitch. Like, you so stupid. God, you stupid. Whew, I had to mute myself. I don't know if I can hear me. Just
because
You was not muted, sis.
Just because people don't believe what you believe, that don't mean like they
Hey,
crazy or something.
Sally, I got a solution for you, right? We don't believe in the same thing when it comes to abortion. Okay, got it. Guess what? You don't have to have one. Yay! That fixes the problem, doesn't it?
I
don't have to have what?
Oh shit!
You don't have to have an abortion.
Tap the screen. Hold on one moment. I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted. Guys, hold on.
I'm not going to get something that's going to rip out a baby.
Right?
Apologies.
Okay.
Hold on one moment.
Hold on.
I'll mute everybody. tap, tap, tap the screen, guys. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Show TikTok you want to be here. Throw some penny gifts. Do all of the good things. I really did think I thought I was muted. I guess it ain't working. So just, do all the good things. And
I thought you did that on purpose.
No, I really did thought I muted myself. I would never call someone a dummy bitch out loud. All right, so tap, tap, tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap the screen.
Crazy.
Let's do all of the good things, guys. Keep the live alive. I don't want to be like my bald-headed friend and having to do ask me anything sessions so my backup can get live access. So please just do all of the good things. This is insanity. And Maddie is so right. Maddie is right. All right. You have the choice. If you don't want one, don't get one.
Right.
That's all you had to do.
Just don't regulate my body, okay?
Exactly. If I want to get one, let me get one.
And that's fine, but I don't have to go vote for it.
Hey, Fally, watch this. I can actually use your paradigm against you. You did actually.
Go ahead.
So we were on a 30-year decrease of ABs until Trump overturned what was called Roe versus Wade. And I'm going to use your paradigm against you. I really want to see you run from this. So when Trump appointed the judges to go repeal Roe versus Wade, we started going in the positive direction for the first time in 30 years. So if you voted for Trump, you voted for that. Or you support Trump, you support. I keep forgetting you didn't vote. That's crazy.
God.
Yeah, sorry. So you support Trump that quite literally increased the quantity of ABs for the first time in 30 years. So why did you do that? Oh snap. Let me shrink that real quick. Hold on.
Did you vote in the local elections? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Did you vote for Ted Cruz?
Yes. I'm for Ted Cruz.
No.
All right, perfect.
She was supposed to find the law, but are you still looking for that law, Cakes?
I actually was doing some reading. It depends on their what they convicted of to say if they can be around kids or not.
That's not the argument.
And that was
we're talking about a
and this. You can look on the Texas statute.gov.
Hey, the chat wants to say some things to you.
I'm pretty sure they do.
But hold on. Please allow me to read them off. Thank you so very much. Shout out to Addie for the 5. Addie says that in North Carolina, a person can commit a crime against their own child and rights are not immediately terminated. The other parent has to sue. So there's that. And then also Alaskan Fury says, I'm not going to read the first line, love, because that is very, very personal. But I will say thank you so much for the 10. Alaskan Fury says they pray you never have to deal with trauma, Cakes, and all the therapy she's having to go through to heal her body, her choice, you selfish, arrogant female. You don't get to decide for other women. And also shout out to Camilla for Cam and Cam. Thank you, babes, for the $30 for enduring the torture of this guest. You don't get to choose. No one says that you have to vote for it, but I don't understand why you even want to vote against it. You didn't vote anyway, so there's that. But
it's really up to the doctors if they want to do it. They got to
approve. It's not really up to the doctors if they want to do it.
Well,
no, that is a decision between the woman and her doctor.
Right, but if he does not,
the doctor acts on behalf of the patient.
If the doctor don't want to do the procedure, he don't have to.
And guess what she does? She goes and finds another doctor. But guess what's happened? Again, the choice has been taken. They no longer have the choice. And the reason why I say they no longer have the choice is because in 2022, I needed my uterus. So I'm not directly impacted by this any longer. All right. Since I got rid of mine. So that's why I say they. All right. But women no longer have the choice. All right, Fetty Cakes. That is what you're not understanding.
It is clear.
Wouldn't you rather, okay, when it comes to, let me see, I'm trying to think of something. Wouldn't you rather have the ability to make a decision for yourself than the inability not to do so at all?
Really? I mean, okay. if the woman is about to die or have a life-threatening situation, the doctor can do it, long as he can prove that the mother could have died or something went wrong, that could have hurt her or even hurt the baby. But the doctors can perform the abortions, but he has to show where it's medically necessary.
That's first off, that's not necessarily true in the state of Texas. And secondly,
Yes, it is.
No, it
Yes,
is
it
not.
is.
The heartbeat law says
you can't make a
the
doctor
heartbeat
do it.
law says otherwise. The heartbeat law says otherwise because a woman could actively be going through a miscarriage, and guess what? The doctor can't do anything because if that fetus still has a heartbeat, guess what? You can't do nothing.
Gisele
If
was
the-
suffering a miscarriage. The
doctor-
fetus was literally no, be quiet, Cakes. The fetus
No,
was
I'm just
literally
saying, that's what the
hanging
law
from
says.
her uterus. Be quiet. Was hanging from her uterus. They refused to remove the fetus to perform the D&C that was necessary in order to save her life, simply because this fetus that they knew was unalive had a heartbeat. They waited. They literally waited for the fetus to no longer have that heartbeat. And by the time they did that, guess what happened? She was already gone. She was gone.
Not to
Hey,
mention.
go ahead, man.
Yeah. I was going to say, because she mentioned about the doctors have to prove. Why the fuck does the doctor have to prove anything? Why can't the doctor just simply do their job? Why do they have to prove
You
something?
can't,
to the-
because there are Christian doctors out there that do not want to perform those. So
And
you can't necessarily. You can't necessarily make anybody do anything. You can't.
You
make
do
a
realize,
doctor
ma'am,
that
you
they don't
do
wanna do.
realize as a doctor, your
I
beliefs
have
go out
friends
the
that are
window.
doctors, ma'am.
I have
No,
too.
ma'am,
have.
that is not true. That is not true.
That is absolutely
No,
true. Because my
no.
doctor is pro-life, and guess
No.
what? Her
No, no,
beliefs
no.
went out the
That's
door whenever I got
discrimination.
pregnant. That's not
That's
discrimination. What the
discrimination.
fuck
Yes,
are you
it is.
talking
Understand,
about?
Yes, it
doctors
is.
take an oath.
Yes, it is.
Are you familiar with the Hippocratic oath?
I understand that. I understand that.
Do you
But
understand that? So when
I
they
do.
take an oath,
I do.
what they believe has nothing to do with what they must perform medically.
Exactly.
I understand what
They
you're
are
saying.
separate. It's called
But you
compartmentalized,
can't make
love.
me go you can't make me go kill somebody just because.
You're not a real person.
You're
can't
completely
make them
missing
do
the
that.
point. It doesn't matter what doctor and his personal opinions decides not to perform an AB. There'll be another doctor who literally can't, who does
hold on,
agree
hold
with
on.
abortion because of the state laws. What you're talking about in the exceptions. The exceptions didn't matter.
Yes,
The
yes, it
exceptions
does.
didn't matter for Amber Nicole Thurman. The exceptions didn't matter for Nevaeh Crane. So this point that you're making is mute. These laws are causing women to lose their lives, and you're
No, they're
upholding
not.
them
No, they're
because
not.
you don't know the difference between a baby and a
Because
fetus.
you can still, because it's the same. It's just like a seed you put in the ground. Just because it's not an apple right then and there, that don't mean it won't become one.
All right, define a baby. Go.
So
Define a baby.
a baby is a living human.
So then that means you're a baby. Your
You're a baby
definition-
too.
you're-
You're a baby.
Here.
Okay, so your definition contradicts yourself because that means by your definition, you, me, Erica, Hector, and Chris are all babies. Make it make sense.
Okay. Well, I'm not about to argue, but you know what a baby is. We know what an adult is. I know it's different stages.
Clearly
but at the
not.
same
Clearly
time-
not. Because if you know
at
what
the
a baby
same
is,
time, just
clearly
because
not.
it's not
Clearly not. I have a louder mic than you.
It's
Try
just-
again. Clearly not.
Just
Clearly
because
not.
the baby is not fully developed at that moment of time, that don't mean it's
It's
not
not a
person.
baby. It's
Yes,
not a
it
baby.
is.
It's
Yes, it
not.
is.
A baby is a very young
Yes,
child,
it is.
especially one newly or recently born. A fetus cannot be newly or recently born. Try again.
Okay, well, it's still a person. It's still a person.
No, it's not. Legally,
Yes, it
it's
is.
not considered a person. Legally, and in your stupid
we're
little
not talking
Bible.
about by the law. We're not talking about by the law.
By the law, that's like literally what happens. Can you put when you're pregnant with your child? Can you put your child on
I
life
seen
insurance?
a baby. I seen a baby.
Oh. Okay. So
She's fucking
That's what
ignorant.
you-
I can't talk to ignorant people.
Okay, well, bye. Get off then. Just get off. If you
this
don't
my
want-
show. This my Jew joint. You can't tell my friend to leave.
No, I'm just saying. If she don't want to talk,
But,
don't talk.
okay. Let's reset, guys, because it's getting a bit heated. All right, we're getting heated. Okay.
I'm fine.
Let's
I feel
reset for a
good.
moment. I'm glad you do, baby. All right, let's reset.
She just won't
Okay,
listen.
Cakes. Cakes. Can you just like give us a bit of a background, like make it make sense? Like what
Background of what?
led you to like your thinking, your thought process? Like what led you to this? Like tell us a little bit about yourself. Like how old are you? You said you're in Texas. Like what led you to this thought process here?
Well, I'm from West Texas. I'm from Lubbock, but I live in Abilene. But I'm 33 years old. My family, most of my.
No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck.
Thank you, fucking God.
No one gives a fuck.
Dude, it's just like she was not listening.
Shout out to Shauna.
Thank you,
Drop the
Shauna.
chat, just drop the hearts in the chat for Shauna.
Just a bunch of brain cells.
I finally checked the live chat. Shauna said, use my kick. I said, okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So
I was about to use mine.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
It's just
and,
like,
I think it was a lot. She won't listen and she won't provide in any fast. We asked for the law. She can't do that. Hey, Maddie, at least we know she doesn't
I was gonna try to.
You have a delay.
Shauna, I just want to let
I
you
might
know
have a delay.
how much I appreciate you. You absolutely amazing, fantastic, 92% beautiful black woman. If I am ever in your city, I will I'll kiss your toes, whatever the fuck I don't give a damn. Like, you're amazing. God
Wait,
bless you.
what?
All right, but shout out. I'm so sorry I didn't see this at first. I got a few things that I want to do. All right, and while I'm doing, y'all show some love to Hector and also to Maddie. If you're not following them already, by all means, go ahead and do so. They both host their own amazing lives, and I like them. So show them some love, guys. But shout out to my name twin, Dr. Steele. I appreciate you so much, love, for the $5. Dr. Steele, who is an actual doctor, said in Texas, doctors will go to jail. Maternal mortality rate is up 50% in Texas. National average is 11%. OBGYNs are leaving the state. She didn't even vote. She didn't vote. She didn't vote. I'm not going to read the last part, Dr. Steele, because she didn't vote. And also shout out to Allison for the $2. Allison said, monthly kick, please. Allison, if you're a sub, you just, if you're in the Discord, like join the Discord. That's where I'm going to look at. That is where I'm going to look at for those. So shout out to Allison and Erica. Y'all draw some hearts in the chat. And speaking of hearts, let's play the song because I have it all night. Thank you to everyone who subscribed tonight. I appreciate y'all. If you want to become a love, by all means, click that star next to the chat bar. As a love, you get access to our amazing Discord, but you also get the option to drop an op. All right. If you're not feeling the op, by all means, you can drop them once a month. I'm sort of keeping track. All right. And you get access to co-host with me for 10 minutes a month. Come up here, talk to these magas, and do all the fun things. Devontae, I seen you, and here's the deal, my love. I need you to get in the Discord. I need you to get in the Discord, Devontae. If you are still here, you probably not, because I know she was getting on your last nerve. But Devontae, I need you to get into the Discord. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so very much. If you are a Donald Trump supporter, by all means, go ahead and request up so that we can have a conversation. All right. I know we all have a headache. Let's drink some water. All right. And let's say something kind about ourselves. All right. Maddie, say something kind about yourself.
I'm a good mom.
You are a good mom. Yes, you are. You are a good mom.
Just spoiled my baby just yesterday.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Mine is about to run my pockets dry in the next few days.
I felt.
I know he is.
The shit I have to say to that young woman is for they have me canceled. That's black business. I wasn't going to do that all on this platform.
Hector, I'm there with you, and I that's why I said, you know what? I'm just going to shut the fuck up because I'm going to be nice, and I want to be nice.
Don't say that.
Somebody said they were being ignored in the chat. Drops are 20, right, Erica?
Yeah.
Drops are 20. The Kamala would never had is in the LinkedIn link to in my bio, and tap the screen. I don't know what else he was asking about.
Okay, and say something nice, say something kind about yourself, Hector.
I have crazy patience to sit up here and listen to these people without screaming on other people's panel.
Ashigal Wanda.
Yeah, I swear to God, I told you. I done told you how to say it too many times.
Yeah, that's not correct.
Just keep saying ashwagandha.
What's that?
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I'm sick of Erica, y'all. I'm sick of Erica.
You be calm and stuff. So that's exactly what it is. Let me see something kind about myself. I learned how to twerk, and I only can do the left cheek, but I'm working on the right. So I'm getting better. I'm proud of me.
Oh my god.
I have more questions now, but Allison, the link is in Erica's bio to join the Discord. It'd be chilling there. We'd be lit. We'd be posting good stuff, sharing information. She'd be tagging everyone on the daily. Either you're going to get a motivational message or some crazy thing about the sports team that ain't true. Join the Discord, y'all.
Because I don't really do sports ball, but I be pretending. I don't know. I don't really know sports. Like, I think the Pacers are going to win, like, the NBA championship because that's what they're doing right now, right? Is that what they're doing?
I don't watch NBA.
I'm not the most informed on sports. I just know the basics, which is the Dallas Cowboys suck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
Fuck them.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, loading. Hi, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. What do you think about the hypocrisy of the Trump administration?
Amazing.
You think it's amazing, so you like when people lie to you?
Like Mr. Jones
What that got to do with the
and you
in Ghana?
and the rest of your group,
Like,
when he was lying to you and you say it's okay, Mr.
Sorry,
Jones
what?
asks, "Hi, little bitch."
I'm sorry, what?
You took his lies like it was nothing.
Took his lies like it was nothing?
Don't fuck up now.
So this is the
You-
interesting thing. This weirdo, right, is someone who has multiple like videos. I don't know. He has a thing with like the Un-F America tour or whatever.
It's misogynistic, Maddie.
I've seen him like around,
Maddie,
and it's
what's
weird.
misogynistic?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
This guy's weird.
Is he a fan?
He's weird.
Misogynistic means
I know what misogynistic means.
you finished school and
Yeah, I finished school. Clearly you didn't.
There we go. Here, do this. He's very weird. He's very weird. You know how you have those weirdo
you know the
trolls?
Mexican flag is the name.
Those weirdo trolls who for some reason like they don't have any personality, they don't have anything going on for themselves, they just actually need something, and this is what this guy's been doing. I saw him in your request earlier. He was in my request before that as well, but like that's where he is.
Oh. Just want to be clear. Okay. You just want to
He just
talk
wants
about
attention.
something.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Him want
Did
attention.
your daddy
Him
not
sad.
love you?
Him sad.
Did your daddy not love you?
like Mr. Jones.
Is that what it is? Because here's the deal. I need to have a conversation with you about it. I'm just talking shit about you.
I'll have a conversation with him about it, but he's not intelligent
Brad
enough,
fucking
nor does he
that
actually
son,
have
right?
any actual
Yo,
conversation.
Brad, cross fuck his
There you
dead
go.
son.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Jeez.
Fuck you and the horse that you rode in on. Oh, tap, tap, tap the screen,
Listen,
guys.
you gotta make sure that you do it right.
AP is more
You can't
important
just
than his
actually,
dead
you can't actually just kick the guy, right? You have to make sure you block the
I
clown.
know. That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna do that. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, he just wants attention. That's
Yeah. Clout chasing.
it. They all just want attention.
What the words I use up here. Okay.
Where's my camera look like that? That's weird.
I swear, these
It
people.
looks. Why does my camera look weird?
You can drop me down to motivate some ops to come up here.
It's a lot, isn't it, Hector?
Y'all, Erica don't care about y'all's mental health. I just want to make that very clear. She attracts the interesting bunch. I'll just say that.
I do care about I care about people's mental health.
You do attract the probably the craziest people I've ever seen.
I thought I was bad.
No, I
Erica
thought I was
takes
bad.
The cake.
No, I thought I was bad because I do be attracted to some weird, crazy motherfuckers, but not Erica. I think you take the crown for that.
Really?
Yes.
Malik said I would have dropped that crazy lady earlier. She was kind of interesting. She was stupid. I be trying to
See what
figure
I mean?
out why people. I just want to know, why do people think the way that they think? Like, Why do they think that? Like, how do you justify, an 11-year-old carrying a rapist baby to term? And she really tried to justify it. Like, how do you think? This helps me to know who to stay away from in the real world.
I disagree. I don't think people
Nobody
like that
asked you.
say those things in the real world because they know if they did, then, I mean, not only would they be ostracized, but some not so friendly TikTok stuff might happen to certain people like that. So I don't think they say those things in real life.
I think they say it amongst people who, of course, agree with them, but not like the next company.
Yeah, no.
So there's that. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I like to imagine, like, are they like with their friends and they're saying this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, do their friends think the same way that they think? And like, are they just having one big circle jerk about, how women shouldn't have the right to choose?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I wonder about that. I do. I wonder. All right. That was fun. It wasn't. I'm lying. Guys, whenever I say something was fun, I really mean that it wasn't.
It wasn't. I was getting very fucking frustrated. She literally contradicted herself. She's like, a baby is a human life. Okay, so then by your definition, you're a baby. Make it make sense.
Uh-huh.
Make no sense.
I didn't crash out. I was told that I was crashing out. I don't think I was crashing out. I don't think so.
She could not answer what 8 times 5 was.
She could not.
You're fucking lying.
What does the judicial branch do, y'all? What did she say? Hector knows what she said.
What did she
They
say?
do something.
Oh, they do something?
They do something.
They do
That's what
something?
she- that's how
they
she
do
answered.
something with law?
Yep.
No, she did. Yeah, something with the law or passing laws. Yeah.
Oh, Texas education. Oh, why?
Number 1 in the country.
I beg to differ.
If any of you guys are familiar with, well, Texas in general, but Abilene specifically, everything that came out that woman's mouth wouldn't surprise you to some degree. I lived there and I lasted 6 months before I had to go.
Sounds fantastic. All right. Yeah, that was fun. So, all right. Who wants to stick around? I know Hector said to drop him. And deuces. All right. See you later, bro. All right. Let's see here. If you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, request a. I want to talk to one more person. I really want to talk to like one more person just to see.
I want to talk to a MAGA woman.
You just were talking to one.
So you just not gonna drop me?
She didn't vote for Trump. She's technically not MAGA woman. What are you talking about?
Oh, someone go get the lady with the forehead. Now I know who I'm talking about. Go get the lady with the forehead. You know who I'm talking about. What's her name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Let me go to Dan's Discord. I bet they know who I'm talking about.
I wouldn't consider her a MAGA woman because she didn't vote for Trump. But I guess.
Let me see. I bet they know.
And I think she lied. I don't think she necessarily voted for Ted Cruz because someone said in the comments that she didn't like have her voter registration. So if she wasn't registered to vote, she can't
vote. Yeah, she said she wasn't able to get registered, so that's why.
But she would have voted for Ted Cruz. That's insane. I'm sorry, Ted.
She don't know what she would have done. She was just saying answering yes to questions. That's all. Hey, Chris.
I just would say Texas don't claim that. That's like bottom of the barrel mediocrity.
I know nothing about Texas.
Yeah.
It's a great place, I guess.
Plus, why would you vote for Ted Cruz? He literally left people to freeze to freeze to unaliving while he took his family to Cancun.
Literally. Cancun cruise. Yep, he did do that. I was one of those people that he left behind. I was cold in my house for like over a week.
Huh.
No food.
Sometimes I don't know if these people are real or not.
Y'all had like pipes like bursting in like the ceiling and stuff.
Yeah, we had 10 pipes burst.
Cancun said,
She's still in the chat? That's crazy.
I know. So you know what the funny thing about that last exchange was? She told me she had all these laws, but quoted none of them.
That's her name. Is Texas for Trump is her name. Hey, do me a favor. Because I really don't want to say the B word. I really don't.
Wait, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the lady with the forehead.
I think she follows me.
Why?
Because I went on her panel and cooked her up. And Dean did too one time. She's not. Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to say the B word. I really, really don't. But please don't make me say the B word. I beg. Okay?
I'll say it.
Nah, don't say it. I like to say it. I also made a sticker for them too. I did. I made a sticker for them. Let me see. I'm going to try to find my stickers. I don't remember how to do this. Comment. There we go. Look.
Oh yeah, sorry y'all. That was my kid. He was choking on a chip. He's fine though. He's fine. He's
okay.
Yeah. He's fine. He's moving like, you know how like sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe? That's what happened.
Oh, we're not doing pickle time tonight. Pickle time 3 days in a row is absolutely wild behavior. No.
What's pickle time?
Absolutely not, Maddie. If you haven't seen pickle time yet, Maddie, then I don't know what you've been doing.
I be coming in and first off, we be going live at the same time, so don't judge me.
If you haven't seen it yet, then it's, you got to come back maybe next Friday. I know that's right, Dan.
Yeah, I'll probably have to. I'm trying to get back on my schedule, so I promise I won't steal your time anymore.
Oh, get back on. Go live whenever it works for you. That's what I always say. Go live when it works for you. But yeah, if you
afternoon works for me though, because I don't be staying up. I don't be staying up late. That's the problem.
Ah, okay. I thought I liked my sleep schedule, but I'm like, no, evening nap works. An evening nap works, then also a morning and an afternoon nap. But so there's that. But guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, go ahead and request up. And I think that, you know what we should do? We should all just put in the chat, blagga, 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 blagga.
No.
Blagga, 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 blagga.
I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm just going to mute the entire time.
Blagga, 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 blagga. Well, Malik, you know what? Malik, yeah. Okay, MAGA, 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 MAGA. MAGA, 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 MAGA. Like one that actually gross, Chris. What? Chris, he's not allowed here because he's an awful human being.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh no, I've talked to him before. He's Dominican, fucking terrible.
He's Dominicans for sure.
Because he literally, like, everything that he does is he'll start off and he'll try to talk about economics, and he does a really bad job with it. And then you'll go into like immigration, or you'll go into like healthcare, and then he'll get really gross and cruel. And then you just gotta say bye-bye to him. It happens every single time. He also
just steamrolls a lot. Like when you try to like ask him a question, he completely just dodges the question, and then he'll steamroll. And then as you're trying to answer one of his questions, he'll completely steamroll you. And I'm like, buddy, this is my life. Shut the fuck up. Like,
I love saying that to him. He know black, he Dominican. Yeah. Oh God, that is definitely him.
What?
Huh?
Does he say he's black?
No, he said he no black, he Dominican.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was going around saying it. I'm like, that's crazy.
Nah, he doesn't go around saying that. No, not at all. But yeah, if you voted,
I got to. Sorry, I was gonna say I got to talk to Liam for like 5 minutes.
I ran his registration. He didn't vote either.
He crashed out within 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't talk to Liam. He's a piece of poop.
Him and Fowler got something in common. They didn't vote, but they got the most to say about it.
Oh, there's that part. Yeah, Kenneth, Liam, and Bretta are like persona non grata over here. I don't want them over here.
Who's that one dude that's all we're talking to the other night? And he said that like Harriet Tubman isn't real.
Slayer.
Erica, you're onto something because those three have something common. Fally, Liam, and Kenneth, because I found out on Oscar's Live, Kenneth didn't vote either.
Yeah, Kenneth didn't vote. Yes. Y'all drop some coconuts in the chat for Jessica Simone, y'all. Drop some coconuts in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, he's absolutely. And the sad thing about Kenneth is that Kenneth isn't stupid. He's not. He pretends to be. He just tries to like lean into comedy, but he's not funny. But he's not stupid because he can actually talk about political systems. He can talk about economics. He actually can talk about these things. I've seen him actually debate people, genuinely debate, but he just leans into comedy because he thinks that that's what he has to do. I don't know. All of them are maladaptive, if you ask me. Just maladaptive people.
Yeah, we're all laughing at him, not with him most of the time.
Exactly. And so also another thing, I haven't checked on YouTube like I'm supposed to. Oh, here we go. Yes, Druid Drummer. Yes, that is the one. The one, yeah, the lady with the forehead. The lady with the forehead. Like if you go into MAGA spaces, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. And how she talked like this. Hold on.
I know who you're talking about.
Hey, guys. Let me talk. This is my life. Let me talk. That's her.
Sound like that.
That's her. Yep.
She's the definition. Yeah, I didn't want to say that because I don't want to be mean, but yeah, she's stupid.
It is not mean to call someone stupid.
Yeah, I was about to say that's pretty much all the conservative women on that side. They're mediocre. We got the smartest women here on this side.
I tell you, one thing that a woman once told me, a very smart woman once told me, she said, the truth is not mean. It's not. The truth, she's stupid.
When it comes to any like race topic or like inequality topic, I'll put any of these conservative women against freaking Athena 1 versus 7. She'd take them all out.
Oh, Athena is absolutely amazing. But I think I want to talk like her for the rest of the live.
Me too.
Here we go. Okay, let me see if this works. Guys, this is my live. So if you voted for Donald Trump, request up so that we can have a conversation. All right? And you're going to let me talk. So tap the screen, guys. Yeah. That's not how she talks. Her voice is more so like nails on a chalkboard.
You were talking about Texas for Trump?
Yes.
Yeah,
she's
insufferable.
Very much so. I remember when I went over to her live once, and I was just basically, it was late, and I was just basically spreading facts, like just sharing facts with them, and they got upset. And this is what you liberals do. This is what you Democrats do. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they kept muting me. And once I was able to come off mute, I basically told her, I said, I have been nothing but kind to you people, and you're treating me this way.
You remember
what F word did I use? I used the F word?
You remember when we went to Dame's panel that one time in the morning?
Oh, do I? I don't know. I be doing stuff.
It's the one where you called me in about the TCJ and then it took them all out 1 versus 5. But you notice that they never. Yeah. So I invited all of them to go debate me one-on-one, but they only stay within their echo chamber of mediocrity.
Yeah.
They call us echo chambers.
Literally, Dame doesn't leave. He stays there the whole time.
I literally make sure that I don't have an echo chamber to actually bring them in, because most of the time they're not going to come in if there's like 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, it felt. And shout out to my favorite. Shout out to Hector for the 14 saying that the 92% labor is not free and ain't. Thank you so much, Hector. Awesome. Drop some hearts in the chat for Hector, guys. We're $40 away from our daily donation goal. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. Thank you all so very much for your kindness, your support, your encouragement, and most definitely your engagement. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. But yeah, I just want some MAGAs to come through. I think I scared them all off. Because I was saying like earlier, most of them, because they like to make the rounds, is what they like to do. And so in making the rounds, if you don't let them talk about their feelings and, get their points off, they're like, you know what, I don't want to come back here anymore. And I don't let them talk about their feelings because I don't care about your feelings. Silly feelings. Feelings are for kids.
You're not going to care about my feelings, and I'm not going to care about your feelings.
Yeah, that's why I'm in therapy right now, guys, so I can learn how to care about people's feelings. They teach that in therapy, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Oh, okay. I'm making sure that they teach it. because I don't care about them. Yeah. But this is surprising. Chris is hanging out. Chris and I have beef.
Okay, so clearly one of us, like, I'm unaware. Like, what are we beefing for? I don't even know.
Because you won't stop saying the one thing I tell you to stop saying.
So you're denying my free speech?
I'm not denying your free speech. I'm just telling you stop saying it all the time.
I don't say it. Have I said it one time since I've been up here?
No, you haven't. But even the white people know what I'm talking about. That's crazy.
Okay, but you tried to gaslight me on my live hard today. That's crazy.
I didn't try to gaslight you hard today. I didn't know.
Absolutely.
I didn't know.
That was it. Okay, actually, never mind. I'm not going to bring it up. You know,
I didn't know. Once I knew, then I apologized and I sent some gifts. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Apology accepted. But I cannot be accused of trying to go simp for white women. That's all.
I did not say that you were doing that.
Oh, okay, no, that's what it felt like.
I said not in front of the white women, and then you told me that one of the women were not white, and I said, "Oh, okay, my bad, just one then, not in front of the white woman." Okay, I got you, but still, I'm proud of the shade of my skin. That's all I'm saying. Ah, shit, Chris. Chris, you know what? We're gonna have to have a conversation about colorism. Why do we have to beef over that? There's like a big beautiful bill. There's LA. There's the flotilla, but we're over here beefing. Oh, Chris, can you do me a favor? Actually, can you talk about the flotilla to Gaza and what's going on with it? Yes, absolutely. So, like, guys, for those of you guys that don't know what the flotilla is, right? It's a project that was run by the United Kingdom a few times before that was attempting to go break the siege of what's going on in Gaza today. Right. So they had tried it last year with a small vessel, and unfortunately, the Israeli Defense Force destroyed the whole thing with everybody inside it. But now there's a new one. They decided to go fill it in with more prominent people in the humanitarian space, like Greta Thunberg. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it left from Europe and then passed through Crete, then through Egypt, and it was about 200 miles away from Gaza. And then at 1 a.m. United Kingdom time, the Israeli Defense Force, they decided to go seize the ship and detain everybody inside it. And currently they're held in captivity while they were sending foreign aid to Gaza. And technically under international law, that's considered piracy because they had a United Kingdom flag, which means that's highly illegal for them to do that. Yeah. That's all we know right now because there's no more communications with the ship. Oh, wow. So do you think that they're going to allow the ship to actually dock and that they'll be able to get the aid? Because I read that they had like stuff like baby formula up there. Oh, thank you for the witch hat, because I am a witch. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here's the thing. The only news right now is coming from Times of Israel, and I don't trust that source for a reason because they're the ones that kind of kidnapped them. So there's nothing coming from the West right now, but from the last time I checked, the tracker's still on the ship, and it's still right now, as we're speaking, still in the exact same place. I think they took all the people out and left the ship where it's at. Holy shit. Yeah, this is kind of a dire situation, to be honest. I have a question. Because Benjamin Netanyahu came over to the United States under the Trump presidency after the International Criminal Court issued the warrant for his arrest, and Trump, as part of NATO, did not basically hold him because the only way that they can be actually arrested and sent to, I don't know, I guess holding for the international court is if a member country actually detains them. So because Trump didn't do that, do you think, is there any law, anything, any policy, anything that would say that the U.S. is complicit? No, because unfortunately he used the loophole. So check this out. So the original list of people, it was 154 countries, and the U.S. put in a resolution to not have them put on the list in the first place. So everywhere, so that kind of sucks, to be honest, because now in your situation, if the U.S. was on that list, like initially, if it was like 155, then we could have arrested them. Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, he kind of did a pretty bad loophole. Yeah, so there's nothing we can do about that.
nothing that we can do about it. Friggin' fantastic. And so right now they're basically holding hostage the flotilla with Greta Thunberg on it.
Yeah, 12 citizens to include one citizen from France is pretty pertinent. And what kind of sucks is the only person that's giving us like accurate information that's not from Israel is a UN reporter named Francesca Albanese, who's giving us the play-by-play.
Ah, shoot. Where's the AP at? There we go. I'm going to read about it. You can keep talking about it, Chris.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to
you're
read
good.
about it here.
Yeah, there's not much like up-to-date info because the West isn't really putting much out of it, and plus they don't have the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, you're good, Chris. I'm sorry. Hi, Carrie Cruz. All right, I want to give you just a little message here. All right, this is not a safe space for Trump supporters. Okay, you keep asking questions in the chat. However, you haven't requested up, and you haven't even accepted a request, and I've sent 2. Therefore, I'm going to say third time's a charm. I'm going to send you a request to come up. All right, until you accept that request, you get to yap from outside of the club. So there's that. I hope you have fun outside. And when you grow up here, I'll see you on the panel. All right, there you go. You have fun now. You hear? Okay. All
Don't
right.
be chicken shit.
Yeah.
Also, Erica, also people from the ship had their phones and they actually put a lot of videos on like the internet and stuff like that. So like what happened was at 12 a.m. UK time, Francesca did a really good job giving us a play. So she was actually in contact with the captain on the ship until the very moment that he got detained. So like she got the play-by-play. But what they did, they sent helicopters on the ship and then they deployed. They got videos of it. They deployed like white glue on the ship to slow everybody down on the ship, and then they boarded it, and then they took everybody off of there. So this picture right here is from inside the ship, where everybody has their hands up, and that's the IDF walking inside and detaining everybody.
Jeez.
So yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm like, that happened fast. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This is going to be a crisis. They can't hold those people hostage like that. They're going to have to let them go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna have to let them go, or else this is too much. What do you think is gonna be the outcome of this, Chris? Like if they don't let them go?
Well, because they decided to fill. The reason why they didn't blow this flotilla up on like the last one is because there's like a lot of important people inside, which kind of messed up to say. I mean, yeah, Greta Thunberg, if they end up doing something crazy to her, it's going to be an international incident. So what I feel like they're going to hold them for like a week, and then they're probably going to deport all of them back to where they came from. That's the most likely course of action.
Why don't they want the aid to actually reach Gaza, though? That's the part I don't understand.
Because they're complicit with G-Side, and plus on top of that, a few weeks ago, they were actually found guilty of tampering with foreign aid going into Gaza. And there's been multiple times where they've unalived UN workers bringing aid into Gaza. So logic follow. Yeah, actually, this happened 2 months ago. There was a convoy of UN trucks, and there was a hyperbaric round that punched a hole through the top and of the vehicles. And what that means, a hyperbaric round, when it punches a small hole, it vaporizes everybody on the inside. So yeah, so Israel says that was an accident, but there was no bad guys for miles around.
Oh,
Plus, it had the UN like written on there, U, big N. Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. So there's that.
How does he not like? Okay, so in order for him to be to face justice, to be brought up on the war crimes that he is committing, because I already know that there are warrants, like just like with Saddam, he was captured by the Americans and then brought before the Hague. The same thing has to happen with Netanyahu, right?
Well, the U.S. keeps vetoing every time the ICC tries to slam them with administrative action. In fact, we're sending another resolution that's in Congress right now to prevent the ICC from investigating more recent ones. So we're actually the big chopping block about why they haven't been, because they went to court in South Africa They went to court.
Hold on. When you say we are submitting another resolution to not investigate the additional, like the new war crimes, are you talking about the United States?
Yeah, it's going through. Yeah, actually, if you look at the most recent one, the proposal we're trying to send was like 3 days ago. And that's not the first time we did that. Did you know under the Trump administration, we actually sent a resolution to the UN saying that Russia didn't start the war in 2022?
Say that again, you cut out.
Oh yeah, so another resolution we sent, this is just another example. In March, we tried to send a resolution to the UN saying that Russia did not start the war in 2022. So yeah, Donald Trump so Donald Trump be doing some weird things with these resolutions. Like he's telling Congress to go do some weird things with that. Yeah.
We're trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, so we're the reason why Israel hasn't been getting slammed with administrative action, to be honest with you. So, also,
so can the U.S. I'm sorry, Chris. Can the U.S. be found basically like an accomplice in all of this, or you said no because we did the resolution to remove us as part of the 155 countries. Now it's just 154.
Yeah, and just funding it enough wouldn't be. But you know what Israel's doing right now, which kind of bothers me because I feel like when we do this in the past, it never works out. So Israel, and Netanyahu said this 2 days ago, he's funding former gang members of ISIS that were under Yashar al-Shabaab, and that dude was responsible for like unaliving a lot of U.S. soldiers to go deal with what's going on in Gaza. Normally when we arm bad guys, it never ends up good. And yeah, we did that with the Keegan and it didn't work out. I guess the Soviet Union, it didn't work out. So he's arming former ISIS gang members, and now it's just getting messy down there more than it is already. Yeah.
They really want to eradicate the Palestinians.
And they're using our tax money to arm these guys too.
They truly are. But I will say this was definitely the better option than Kamala Harris.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't see
a better option.
I don't see many arrows for Trump around here nowadays, do I? Loud and proud back. Trump's going to end these wars in the Middle East.
I really want to understand how they fell for that. Because, I mean, the man was president previously. So, like, from 2017 through January 20th of 2021, did he do any type of negotiation to actually bring peace to the Middle East? Because the accords that he didn't that actually increase tensions there?
Yeah, and you want to know the main reason why? Because Saudi Arabia got very mad, and Oman and Yemen, they came together and said, we all are very interested in the Palestinian struggle, and they said verbatim that Palestine wasn't brought to the table. So they pretty much ignored it. But there was some countries in there that we had no beef with. Morocco, for some reason, we never had issues with them, and some other useless countries.
So I would like to understand the mind of an Arab voter who did a protest vote in voting for Trump, or a protest vote in voting for Jill Stein or Claudia de la Cruz. Like, I want to understand, like, what did they think that they were actually accomplishing? Because Kamala Harris was the only candidate, not even Biden spoke to it, but Harris was the only candidate who said that she would do a two-state solution.
Correct.
And Trump has said that he is for a one-state solution and in favor of Israel. And he's shown that by appointing like Mike Huckabee as, the ambassador to Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. I do too, Carol. I hate it here too. I do too. Quick mod announcement, guys. Hey, it's still 230 of us hanging out tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. All right. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000. Tapping that screen shows TikTok that you want to be here. It also brings in the Trump supporters. Let's go ahead and knock out our rainbow stars because they're really, really pretty and I like them. All right. So let's go ahead and knock those out. Also, show love to the panel. They are freaking fantastic and we're having great conversation. And so, like, if you did vote for for Donald Trump, by all means, go ahead and request up. And shout out over to YouTube. All right, I see y'all chilling over there. I appreciate y'all, tubers. Thank you so very much. If you're not following me on YouTube, it's free to do so. It's also free to follow me on Twitch. Everything with Erica is the name. Thank you, hot girl. Everything with Erica is the name. All you gotta do is click that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. I really am, by the end of this month, trying to get to 1,000. And I think when I last checked, I only needed, I'm doing math right. I only needed 504 more subscribers, so I can do it. I can do this. I can do it. All right. I believe in me. Okay. I believe in me. I believe in you and me. So thank you guys for doing all the good things. Tap the screen, share the live. Oh, also the daily donation goal, $40 is left. I know that we can go ahead and knock that out. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica on PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And yeah, thank you guys so very much. All right, thank you. This is very friggin' interesting. Very interesting. What all is being allowed to actually happen. It feels like there's no checks and balances in the world anymore. It's like evil is just being able to like reign supreme.
Well,
There's not no checks and balances.
we made it rain. We might as well made it pour up. So India and Pakistan. Let's talk about them real quick. They pretty much said they're about to go around too, because the Prime Minister of India said, we're not desperate for peace talks, and so the ceasefire is over. So they're probably about to tee off again over Kashmir.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think I missed something from earlier. I saw it come through. This is how my brain works, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Trump is like, peace and just in general. Peace, no wars. Yeah, okay, sure.
I mean, I don't mind them fighting, but the only problem is they're both nuclear power, so I'd prefer they not do that while I'm alive. But
I prefer that too.
Right, I prefer that too. I want to continue to have kids, okay? Like, I want to
just
continue
want to see mine grow up and graduate college.
That's how I feel. Yeah, mine's barely 2. He's not 2 until September. Like, I just want to see his 2nd birthday. Jesus.
Yeah. I just want to see my baby grow up. You know what I mean? I want to see his little cousins grow up. I just want to, that's what we're trying to do here. And I feel like everything on the brink of some type of like destruction. But like sidebar real quick, shout out to Uncle B. Shout out to Uncle B for the $10. Uncle B, I know it went to the old PayPal and I saw it come through. So if you're still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Uncle B, guys. We're $30 away from goal now. So the goal has been updated. Let's see here. If they could, I wish they could get together to actually do some good, but all they want is like death and destruction. Quite frankly, I'm over it.
yeah, and I think Trump used executive action to go push another few $1 million. We arms trade to Israel like recently. I don't know where we keep getting all this money from that we supposedly never had, because now we have 100 million for this military. Like I thought we didn't have money, but that's crazy.
They always have money for wars.
Yeah, and military parades for $100 million in one day.
They can't feed the poor. They can't feed the hungry. They can't house the unhoused. They can't do any of that stuff. But definitely they can, fight a war.
Fuck Medicaid and Medicare and SNAP. Let's just cut those. But yeah, let's fund a war. Let's do that.
Exactly. So
we gave Tel Aviv University $600 billion in February when we can't afford education here.
What?
Yeah. So, that was approved under Congress as foreign aid. And so they get to go to school for free in Tel Aviv. If anybody goes to school at Tel Aviv University, well, your tuition is subsidized by the United States of America.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Actually, no, because I went on X Spaces one time, and you can actually get it's called the 1098 document, and it just shows you $600 million for the years government.
I had to dry my hands just so I can take unmute. Because what the fuck? Like, they want to completely get rid of the Department of Education, which would stop funding for a bunch of schools across the United States, which would completely ruin special education. you know, it would stop kids from being able to go to fucking college because, you know, college ain't free, but other countries can go to fucking college for free. Are you kidding me? Right now?
It's all right, Erica. I like got you. I like freaking run this copy right here. I got you. This is what you call wasting your tax money. So,
We can't fund our fucking education system.
okay, so on the bottom, okay, yeah, that's kind of blurry. Okay, but anyway, this is from the United States over
Guys, lean in.
Form 990, right? And this actually got renewed a few times, not just under the Trump administration, but they also came back and asked. So if you go to the bottom right, I know it's hard to see, but it's in the quantity of $600 million, and the recipient is Tel Aviv University. But yeah, guys, I'll drop that in Discord. But I just find it interesting how we got money for other people's universities, but apparently education is we can't afford it here. That's crazy.
Absolutely insanity. Oh my gosh, I had a fucking thought, and now I can't even think.
I literally explained to a Trump supporter the way that we could help our education system is if we fund more money into our education system, even if we overfund it. I don't give a fuck. But no, let's completely just cut the Department of Education and give funding to fucking other countries' education so they can have free education. Make that make sense.
I didn't know it was that much
Question,
money.
Ali. That's actually a really good question. Why does the federal government hate its citizens so much here in the United States? Like, they legit hate us, like, for real. Like, they don't care. They don't care, like that. Like Earth said, we're all gonna die. They don't care about us at all. Michael was right. But what I wanted to say was, like, they have $600 billion for funding Tel Aviv University so that the people over there can actually attend school. But for some reason or another, it's fraud, waste, and abuse in order to actually prevent HIV.
Crazy.
In certain parts of Africa and India and certain parts of South America. That's fraud, waste, and abuse, guys. Stopping the spread of a deadly disease. It's fraud, waste, and abuse to prevent the spread of a deadly disease such as polio. Right? Because we've stopped those programs. We're not funding them anymore. I'm trying to understand the logic here. And I know that the logic is that it doesn't benefit them in any way. So that's why they stopped it. But a part of me does not want that to be the reason. Because how can you justify having children unalive, having people unalive from things that could be, you know, stopped, prevented? Like, how do we justify this? Like, the more I learn about the United States, the more I don't like it. That's putting it nicely.
Is Oslo and Op? I'm seeing them in the box. I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Oslo is?
No, I don't actually.
You know who Oslo? Oslo's hilarious.
Okay.
He's a curious red monster.
I don't want to see what this person is. Chris, keep your finger on the thingy.
Oh no, that's my friend actually.
Okay, I said I don't know him. Hi,
Okay,
Lukey.
cool.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, love?
Good. Ignore all my hair products. Sorry.
That's
I have a lot.
okay. All right. What's up?
I just want to be part of the conversation. I love to be part of conversations.
Oh, okay. All right. You said 2-party conversations?
I said I love to be part of conversations.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I would never be on. Actually, here's tea. I was a Republican. I was a gay Republican. We can have that conversation later. Was.
Keyword was.
Keyword was. Got myself educated. Got working on my degree for political science. Let's get educated. This light in here sucks. So can you-
It's okay. Hi, Oslo.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
Sorry, Lukey, keep going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. It's okay.
I think your lighting looks great.
I'm literally turning off them to change my light to like my TV light so it looks better because it just provides a.
It's got great hair too. You must use L'Oreal like me.
L'Oreal.
I don't like L'Oreal. Well, actually, no. I like their purple conditioner.
Well, actually, I use Garnier Fructis.
Please. Oh, I thought you said Kanye Fruities. You said Garnier.
Kanye Fruities? No.
Well, that'll have to do. This is very
Kanye's only said one good thing on Twitter that I can remember. And it's when he was talking about bidets and he said that we don't wash our dirty dishes with a dry paper towel.
We washed them with Garnier Fruities.
We should.
What?
I mean, like,
What that means.
Kanye tried to break up the fight between Elon Musk and Donald Trump on X.
He's like
Kanye's awful.
He's like me and my parents when my parents divorced and they were like literally fighting. And I was like, stop it, guys, stop it. Don't send dad to jail, mom.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
Is that too far? No, he deserved it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mom and dad, stop. Don't fight.
Yeah.
The eye contact is crazy. Like, Oslo, are your eyes normally like that? This is my first intro to you, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, these are my eyeballs.
Oh, okay, you're kind of like you're like Elmo, but like on METH.
That is Elmo on
Uppers.
Uppers. Yes, Elmo's 24-hour party.
Ah, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
can you do this? Oslo, can you do this? Can you say chaos?
Chaos!
There you go. See, it reminds me of that Elmo meme. Chaos. All you need is like a fire background.
This is how we. Oslo, I have a problem with you. Why are you red?
For communism.
Oh, okay. Not for the other one.
No.
This one. Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Okay. This is interesting.
This is quite crazy. I didn't think this was going to happen.
Well, I'm just so they defunded Sesame Street.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just here to meet MAGA where they're at
He's
their
trying to get his funding
level.
back.
I like to teach them how to count to 34 felonies. You know, stuff like that. I sing them songs like a fetus is not a baby, it's just a clump of cells. A fetus is not a baby, it's just a clump of cells.
That's a
This is
banger.
quite insane.
You gotta see it on
I'm
your-
just educating MAGA on TikTok.
Don't
You're
snatch
educating, all
ballots.
right. You're definitely educating. You're educating them like the children they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but at the
I don't know.
balance.
Hold on one moment, guys. Shout out to the Swan Raiders. Thank you so much, Swan. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you. I will say, guys, if you're not following me, by all means, please do so. If you're not following the awesome people on the panel, like Maddie, Chris, Oslo, and also Lukey, go ahead and do so, guys. Shoot them a follow. And also Twitch, YouTube, everything with Erica. Appreciate you. It's free. All right.
I'm ready.
Oh my
I think
god.
Maddie might be busy.
No, I'm here. I'm just the little one was like singing along to Oslo's song. I'm not even kidding.
Aw.
We should talk about LA.
We should. We've been talking about it. Someone put that it was in someone else's Discord. I saw it earlier. They said that they're going to be arresting anyone that has on mask allegedly, but I'm not sure.
But like ICE has mask on. What the fuck?
I'm confused.
Yeah, they're gonna arrest themselves.
I guess. I don't know how this is going to work out. But yeah, so how's this going to work? They're just arresting anyone who has mask. I think that's a silly order to actually
Okay,
follow.
but ICE agents can have masks on when they arrest you.
Yes.
Yes, they can have masks on too. This is fascism. State policing. This is the beginning of fascism. It's LA. LA is a sanctuary city, but really, okay, honestly, we can talk about how the Democrats in LA.
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Lukey. Thank you. I see it, Liam. Thank you. He did. He tweeted at 9:19 p.m. I'm thinking that's an hour ago my time. He said, "Arrest the people and face mask now." Jesus Christ.
But ICE literally has. Okay, whatever.
For what? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what violation that is.
It's not a violation. It's just they're just trying to just arrest, I guess, anybody at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically giving the directive, hey, if you see anybody peacefully exercising that First Amendment, throw them in jail.
Right, throw them in jail. Violation. He is literally the walking violation of the Constitution.
Long time no see.
Trump needs to get off of Truth Social. Shouldn't he be like running the country?
He should be in bed. It's fucking midnight right now. Fuck.
No, well, yeah, he has to take his evening nap and then he has to come back and start tweeting again at 3 a.m.
I still need freaking Elon can stop all this if he just runs the Epstein file.
My thing is that we were having this discussion on somebody's panel, on my panel probably, I think it was. We were looking up, so you know how like California said that they were not going to obligate, like they weren't going to work with ICE. They basically were not going to work with ICE. They support their immigrants there. Their immigrants help that country or that state. I was going to say country. Whoa. And Trump is basically forcing ICE into a state that, they said, no, we don't want ICE here. Not to mention forcing the, National Guard there when the governor did not approve of that. That right there is a violation of the 10th Amendment. If you really think about it, state rights.
It's not.
It's not?
No. So basically, same thing happened in 62 with George Wallace and JFK. So the president can call for the National Guard. The governor does have to be the one to issue the order. Now, if the governor does not issue the order, the president can sign an EO or a memo. And in 62, JFK signed the executive order 11111. So it's like 5 ones, where he basically federalized the National Guard out in Alabama to have George Wallace removed from the University of Alabama because he was blocking integration, basically the desegregation of the school. What Trump did is that he signed a memo giving himself authority to call in, to go above Newsom's head to bring in the National Guard there. Because Newsom was adamantly against it. And this is something, oh my gosh, you my dog, thank you so much for extending your sub. Thank you, that's my A1 since day one, y'all. I appreciate you, thank you. This is what Newsom said though, to go into that. Trump is sending 2,000 National Guard troops into LA County, not to meet an unmet need, but to manufacture a crisis. He's hoping for chaos so he can justify more crackdowns, more fear, more control. That's what I think. I said it earlier. I just think that this is his testing ground to see how they can move forward with using military force against American citizens.
But certain military forces, like for example the Marines, doesn't he have to declare like martial law or has to pass some type of act or whatever in order to?
He will have to implement the Insurrection Act.
Yes, Taylor, it indeed can. I love raising canes.
Yeah, but freaking, he does not like Gavin Newsom. He threatened to take federal funding. Then he went on Truth Social and called him Gavin Newscomb.
And that's just so petty. That is just very unbecoming of the person who's supposed to be like the most powerful person in the world. Like, how does he get away with saying this type of stuff? Like, could you imagine Biden's calling Trump dumb?
Yeah, he'd be typing in all caps on Truth Social. Like, it'd be great.
I don't think he knows how to turn off the caps off. We had
an op earlier. She was wild.
Let's talk about the whole Christian Trump pipeline. Hey guys, what does it say in the Bible about neighbors? Aren't immigrants your neighbors?
Uptown Girl, thank you so much. Shout out to Swan for sending us up, guys. Draw some hearts in the chat for Swan and Uptown Girl. Thank you.
I feel like LA is fully abiding by the Bible because they're loving thy neighbor, as in the immigrants who are in LA County and in DGLA. They're loving thy neighbor.
They're not true Christians, though. There's no love like Christian hate. Right?
Well, I'm talking about how LA is full of Christians because they're loving thy neighbor.
How you treat the least of us is how you treat me. What is that?
SJ, I sent you a request. Don't make me use your real name in public.
I was okay. So then, can President Trump technically force ICE into a
gardening? Okay, I'm outside gardening.
Why are you gardening at night? You can't see. You have a light.
I'm gonna ask personal question.
Because some plants do better at night. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
What are you growing at nighttime?
This year, I counted my tomato plants. I have 20 of them.
Hey, SJ, earlier, I don't know why this happened, but I was like, did you drink your water and say something kind about yourself?
You did not do that.
I made everyone say something kind about themselves. So Oslo, actually, I'm gonna come to you last because Maddie already said something kind. So Oslo, say something kind about yourself. Good night, Chris.
I think I love to sing.
You love to sing? Me too. You want to do a duet?
Yeah, what do you want to sing?
I don't know. What's a good duet song to sing?
You guys should sing "Girl on Fire" by Alicia Keys.
I hate that song actually.
Okay. How about a Britney Spears song?
All right, let's see here.
Oh, what about Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
I don't know that song. Just the two of us is awesome.
Just the two of us. You can make it if you try. Just the two of us. You and I.
Oh, you know that part? I was gonna say building castles in the sky.
Oh yeah.
Just the
Just
two
the
of
two
us.
of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I.
You and I.
That's all we know. We have to think another song to sing. I'll sing all night.
Did anyone watch Wicked?
I have not watched Wicked yet. I need to.
What are you, a cop?
Well, you said, "What am I, a cop?" I might be. You never know.
Honestly, you might be a fed.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yes. Also, you have to come around during like a Friday or a Saturday, right? A Friday or a Saturday. Come around at nighttime, all right? And we do pickle time, all right? We do pickle time. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but we do pickle time. And I think you would enjoy it.
What's pickle time?
SJ, no. Pickle time? No, I can't explain pickle time. You just have to be around for pickle time.
Okay, I'll come.
Okay. All right. So you have to come for pickle time, and like you don't even have to use a filter. You can just be you. Santana loves pickle time. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Del Rey album title ever.
What did you say?
That sounds like the worst Lana Del Rey album title ever.
Pickle time?
It's awesome. It's such a mood. It is definitely a mood. I don't know why Dreamy request up. Dreamy, why are you doing this to yourself?
Honestly, I was just wondering if you were letting ops up. I really didn't even want to talk about it.
You just wanted to try and see?
Yeah. But listen, you guys having pretty chill conversations. I didn't want to interrupt them.
If you want to talk to, well, Lukey was looking for an op. Y'all can talk to each other.
I guess I can talk to you. What's your tea?
How's it going, Lukey?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man.
What's your tea?
Yeah, I just requested up really quick to talk about the whole love thy neighbor situation when it comes to the Bible.
Okay, what do you have to say about that?
Hear me?
When it does say love thy neighbor, well, the whole thing is love thy neighbor as you love yourself. That would be the whole thing.
Do you hate yourself?
No, that's the thing, right? So when we're referring to the word neighbor, I don't think, in my opinion anyway, the Lord was meaning literally the guy that just lives next to you, that is from across the world. I don't think that's what he means when he says neighbor. Neighbor to me means someone who shares your same values, commitments, aspirations in life. Like, for example, if Schmittler, right, was still alive and he moved in next to me, just because he's my neighbor, I would not love that guy.
How are you looking at this so literally?
So honestly,
I'm saying love thy neighbor. I mean, I don't know how else I would look at it.
I think love thy neighbor it's you can interpret it the way you want, but it kind of emphasizes the importance of like loving and showing care for others, and really putting people on in the back of a cramped car and driving them across back to a place where they're not going to be safe or be taken care of. It's not really showing love, care, or kindness. So,
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I mean, you can just make the argument that that's how they came over here, right? I don't think they came over here in like a limousine, right?
I don't think they came here in a limousine either. I mean, I think they came here through blood, sweat, and tears of trying to get here. And honestly, our country is kind of screwed up when it comes to our immigration system because it's lottery, and it's like over $500,000 to even probably, become an American citizen. It's very expensive.
$500,000?
It's around now. I can actually let me fact check myself before anyone says anything else.
Hey, are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Step in.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Why would you do that?
Do what?
You're a Christian.
What did I do?
What's the reason? You are Christian.
There's a bunch of other things that go into it, but just for the applications like 785, it's for us to think of entering the country and everything like that. I was way off.
I'm an immigrant too, so I can answer those questions if you want. But Dreamy, for real, why would you do that?
You got it.
Become a Christian?
Yeah.
Like 5,000 maybe.
Well, I guess it just would have to come down to how you justify right and wrong in life.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Why do it through God in the Bible?
Which one? There's so many to pick from, bro. How do you decide which God is the right one? Do you know there's like over 4,000 religions at least, or gods?
I understand that.
So how do you know yours is the right one?
Well, I don't think there is a right one.
Well, you're basing morality on it. That's a pretty big decision, right?
We would have to define what you mean by God.
So what do you believe in? Is Oslo a god? He looks pretty cool.
Well, hold on. I'll address your claim about the 4,000 religious thing. Of course, who knows whose religion is right? But
that's a good point.
When we say God, I don't think it's necessarily the Jesus Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ God. When you say this other gods,
isn't that the point of Christianity though? Like, you don't believe in Jesus? That's kind of weird, man.
In regards to other religions, it encompasses doing the greater good for the most part.
Yeah.
That's
so
more of like
okay, this is perfect. We're here. So why are you not a member of the Satanic Temple?
Well, I don't think the Satanic Temple is a greater good. I don't really believe in.
Have you read the seven tenets? They're actually pretty great.
Are you a Satanist?
No, I didn't say that. I'm asking you why you're a Christian and why you're not choosing the better religion. Like, go read the tenets. Do you want me to read them for you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Oh God.
Give me just a sec.
Well, I'm interested in this.
Gosh, we love.
No, it's actually
just talk at 10:30 at night. You know that.
That's actually a good one. Okay, hold up.
I don't know what you mean by 10:30. It's midnight where I'm at.
Oh, I'm on
It's 10:28
I'm in the
for me.
Southwest. It's 10.
All right, here we go. There are 7 fundamental tenets. The first.
Who wrote these, by the way? Is it this?
Who wrote these? Probably Baphomet or Satan, one of the two.
Or Beyonce.
All right. Could
Do you
be
think Beyonce?
So, hey, if I'm going to talk about, if you're going to talk about imaginary beings, I can do that too.
Beyonce is not imaginary. Beyonce is real.
Well, Beyonce is real.
We all know what Beyonce is. We all know. We all know it's her who did in Aaliyah.
Dreamy, you ready?
Yeah.
Dookie, I'm
right.
about to drop you. What you done?
All right, I'll be quick. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures. The struggle for justice is the second one. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit. The third, one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone, meaning don't violate people. The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend, MAGA people like that. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon freedoms is to forego one's own. Number 5, beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care to never distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. Number 6, people are fallible. If somebody makes a mistake, they should do the best to rectify it and resolve any harm. Number 7, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. I think that's beautiful.
Also, I do want to shout out Phil, because Phil sent a Bible verse to actually read. Phil said Matthew 25:35, so chapter 25, verse 35. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. That is what it means to love thy neighbor. It does not necessarily mean that it has to be an actual neighbor. It literally is a tenet for loving others, for caring about other people.
Well, other people with your same aspirations and beliefs.
No, it's not the same aspirations. No, it's not.
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't think it says that in there.
So if Schmidt,
You're adding, that's actually blasphemous. You're adding your own text to the text.
well, all I'm saying is I would not give Schmittler or Stalin or Netanyahu or Putin any water if they ask me.
Okay, simple question, Dreamy.
Hold on,
Just
one
to know
more
if you're being
question.
serious.
Sorry, I gotta shout them out. Shout out to the Parker Raid. Draw some hearts in the chat for the Parker Raid. A Swan and a Parker Raid in one night.
Yeah, I was literally just coming over so they could find you.
Okay.
And make sure that I know he pinned your but I wanted to make sure they could get over here. So
Oh, awesome.
as soon as they get in, I'll drop down.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Parker, for the raid. All right. Guys, I'll just say quick mod announcement. All right. Make sure when you come in, you're active participants. Tap the screen, share the live. If you're not following me, please go ahead and do so. It's fun over here. Also, we are working on, what are we working on? We're working on our star gift goals. So let's go ahead and knock those out. Also, we have $30 left in our daily donation goal. Everything with Erica is the name. Pay links are in the bio.
Wait, no, that's not how you do it. Hey, listen, Parker Raid, listen, lock in for a second. We are family, right? And Parker specifically sent you guys over here to hang out with Erica. So while you guys are hanging out with Erica, let's take care of her. Tap the screen, share the live, knock out the star gifts. But more than anything, she only has $30 left in her daily gift goal. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Do it for Parker. I know Parker would do it. He would be proud of all of you. So make sure you send it to her Venmo, her PayPal, her Zelle, everything with Erica. Or if you want to send her a Cash App, you can send it to my Cash App, Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. I will send it over to her. Just make sure you say it's for Erica. Let's show up and show out. Do the good thing. Do the good things, guys.
All the good things.
That's a people person right there.
Thank you, Santana. You're great.
Thanks, bro.
Way more awesome.
You are awesome sauce. Ew, I can't believe
Do it for Santana and do it for
He is
Satan.
okay. He ain't all that.
You're
All
saying
right,
after
Jesus
that, man.
Christ. I gotta work on my
though.
El Santana sticker.
I am cute.
Do it for Satan and Santana. Okay.
Oh my god.
What? Okay, Dreamy, I'll just ask you this and then I'll drop. So you gave some examples. You gave some very hyperbolic examples. Okay. You mentioned Schmittler, Stalin, all of that. So let's try this with crayons. If I have a box of 8 crayons that are all black, and then I have another box with 2 crayons that are red, are those the same boxes?
So
tap that screen, y'all.
One box has 8 black crayons, the other has 2
entertain
red.
this question for a little bit. So
they-
here's a box of crayons, 8 of them black. Another box.
The entirety of the crayons in the box are black. Okay, there's one box with black and one box with 2 red. Are those the same things?
What do you mean? Are they the same things? Like, are they physically the same thing?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Open-ended question.
Well, this is a hard.
I know we're working out the brain here. I know.
Hold on. So your first question was, are they the same box? And now your
We're
second
not quite to 2 brain cells yet. We're just on 1. So stick with me. 8 crayons that are black.
Well, you changed the question. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. Pay attention.
Sure.
There's a box of crayons. There's 8 crayons in there. They're black. There's another box that has 2 crayons that are red. Are those the same things?
We're talking about crayons here. It should be.
I'll say no. They're not the same things. They can't
Okay,
physically.
how are they different then? That's the final question. How are
Well,
they
one's in
different?
one superposition and the other one's in another superposition, so it's impossible for them to be the same thing.
So you're talking about quantum physics. All right, let me
that's why
refine my question.
Yeah,
Are they the same? Are they qualitatively related to each other? And how are they different in a qualitative sense? Since you like big words and concepts, let's do it.
Well, you got to ask your question more specifically, sir.
No, I use big words. You're jumping into quantum physics, so you at least have to have a college level vocabulary, right?
I don't like college, but
well, you mentioned superposition, so you can try again to answer the question, or I can embarrass you on this live.
So your question is, are they the same quality?
I didn't say quality.
Quality. What quality?
Qualitative. Make an assessment. Use the brain.
Okay, yeah. So
work it out.
So qualitatively, I would say the 8 black crayons would have more qualitative value because I can use more of it.
That is a circular definition.
Qualitative?
When you get an extension cord, do you plug it into itself and get power? Because that's what you just did.
What are you talking about?
I'm really confused.
Why would the black crayons?
I'm trying to get.
They're all crayons.
Okay. I'll land the plane. Dreamy. They're different. They're
Actually, I
different.
think you're just thinking too hard. Maybe you do have one brain, so.
Honestly, I would use the yellow. I would use the yellow crayon because I can use that.
Awesome. The reason I'm bringing up this example and trying to use crayons is you presented a hyperbolic example of comparing migrants to literal Adolf Schmittler. That is insane. That is yes.
You did do that.
Effectively, that's what you have done. And I'm trying to point out to you in crayons that you are insane. That's it. Okay? So if you came up saying you wanted to have a debate conversation, just have a good faith conversation. And don't use extreme examples like that because it's legit insane. That's my point. Okay?
All right. Guys, I gotta make the. Hold on one moment. I have a question. Alec, who did you vote for? Hi, Alec. Oh, Alec went bye-bye. Okay. All right. Guys, I gotta make the panel smaller. This is a lot. Oh, well, Alec is gone. So continue on. You guys are fine.
Oh, honestly, I like color.
SJ, where you go? SJ said, I just wanted to talk about crayons and leave.
Okay, but do you guys use colored pencils or crayons, or do you like outline with like a marker and then use colored pencils?
No, I think the point that we gotta get back to. I think the point that SJ was making is that you did, Jamie, focus. You did compare immigrants coming into our country to like Schmittler, Stalin, and so on, which is an awful false equation.
I hope it did not sound like that.
But that's how you came across, though.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Isn't it also? Couldn't you like us like detaining them and like coming after people who work every day of their life and like using that us versus them mentality, like Trump using the whole like they're causing every problem we have.
Thank you. Drop some parts in the chat.
The exact problem that one guy in Germany used against the Jewish people that caused that.
Everybody doing today?
That's an us versus them mentality.
We ain't introduced you.
It's one moment.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, hold on, Jay. Hold on.
Patience, please. Patience.
Use our listening skills.
Okay, so hold on one moment. Jay, did you vote for Donald Trump? You did vote for Trump? Okay, all right. Dreamy, it's been real.
Peace.
You guys were gonna get nowhere with that one, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
He has the personality of a box of rocks.
It's always a fun time when Dreamy comes around. Okay, all right, Jay. All right, so the party of lies, all right, is what you voted for. All right, how do you feel being lied to so much? What does it make you feel like?
No one's being lied to. Can I ask a question?
No.
You can try.
No.
Well, I don't
like answering questions.
Well, I don't think anyone's being lied to.
Why do you
I think
think
Trump is doing exactly what he says. First of all, I just want to say I'm glad that bitch Lotus got abused by Corey, bitch. I'm glad Corey beat her ass.
No idea what it is you're talking about.
ass.
I have no idea what he is talking. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's why Lotus got abused.
Oh God!
That's why Lotus got abused. That's why Lotus got abused. Lotus got abused. Miserable. Lotus is miserable. Lotus is miserable. She got.
What was that?
Guys, don't
I
even
love how the
know.
bullseye is over my face now. Gotta go over here.
Like, it's just like.
That is not okay.
Right. Like, oh my.
That is
like,
so wrong.
Exactly.
Absolutely
like,
not. We don't do that over here. All right? Don't be a crashing king. That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, he was crashing in. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, guys, I don't know who Lotus is, but that was absolutely awful and no one deserves that. All right. So by all means, that was just disgusting. If you guys see him around, just immediately like do the thing where don't platform him. I am so sorry, Lotus.
This is not the goddamn Maury show. We are not coming out here and we are not going to be screaming, crying about things that happen to other people that are awful. Oh, wait, no. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Maury
That was
show.
awful.
This is not the Maury show.
Good grief. Okay, moving on. That was not okay. I don't like that at all. Guys, if you did vote for Donald Trump and you're not a maladaptive person, I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but if you voted for Trump and you are not maladaptive, by all means request up so that we can have a conversation. The conversations here do go pretty well, as I don't allow, this is my juke joint. I don't allow over talking because I don't like it. So you're likely going to be talking to me, Maddie, Lukey, or Oslo, but never all of us at the same time because, again, I don't like over talking. And yeah, so there's that. So don't be afraid. Grow up hair. All right. Grow up hair. They sell them at the dollar store so you can afford them. All right. And just request up so that we can have a conversation. All right. And all viewers, while you're here, I'm sorry?
I can drop if you want to slim down.
If you want to, Oslo, it's fine, but you're more than welcome to stay. I'm going to be ending soon anyways. Especially if I don't get another op, because I'm just looking for Trump supporters.
I think we just had 30 viewers jump in, so there might be one in there.
We never. Well, we'll see what happens.
Maybe we can get one up here by saying things like Republicans believe in trickle-down economics. Is that why they also believe in trickle-down showering, where they just let the soapy water trickle down and clean their legs?
I think I've seen.
And me saying things about Beyonce. Was bad.
We don't talk about Beyonce like that over here. This is a Beyonce loving space.
Okay, I love her hair care line. It's actually really good.
You better love Beyonce if you want to be around these parts.
I come from a Beyonce loving family. My sister's been to like her last 3 tours.
Oh, I'm so happy for your sister. We love Beyonce around here. So
We run the world, girl.
Beyonce, Giselle knows Carter around here. All right. Let me see here. Mods in the chat, if you see the Trump supporters, all right, by all means, send them a request. I think I can go for a little bit more. And yeah, I think I'm up past my bedtime though. It's almost time for my evening nap.
Not the evening nap.
Yes, it's time for my evening nap. You know how I feel about those. Oh, my cousin sent me $2. Thank you so much, cousin Jesse, for the 2. He said, I'll even add on to the 4K different religions conversation. There are currently 43,000 different Christian denominations. 43,000, but your God is the most important one. Okay, got you. All right, and also shout out to darling Jacqueline for the $5. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're now $23 away from our daily donation goal. Only $23? That is friggin' awesome. Thank you all so much. Drop some hearts in the chat for cousin Jesse and also for darling Jacqueline. I appreciate y'all.
Cool. Well, to be fair, some of the differences between the different denominations is like, you know, maybe Episcopalians like casserole and Presbyterians like pasta salad.
Or Jell-O.
Or Jell-O, yeah.
Don't forget the Baptists. I don't know what they like. I think it's being mean to gay people, but
anything with Crisco.
I think Baptist Christians like hamburger helper.
The stroganoff.
Yeah.
The stroganoff.
Yeah.
What about the Pentecostals?
Oh, Pentecostals, well, they're pescatarians, right?
I mean, I don't know. One time I got kicked out of a Pentecostal church because my jeans were ripped.
Really?
Yeah, they threw a giant fit, and I told this old lady her wrinkles were really. Never mind, I won't say it. I was really rude, but she deserved it because she like called me out for it and said, "Your jeans are too ripped. Lady, your face is all wrinkled."
That's a lot. Yeah, I didn't grow up in the church, so I don't really do religion stuff. So there's that. But SJ did grow up in the church. SJ, tell them what church you grew up in.
You didn't grow up in the church?
No, not at all. No, my mom was not religious when I was a child.
Me neither.
Interesting.
I didn't do religion. I knew about God. I knew about Jesus. We went to church on Easter. No, we didn't. No, I did not get raised in the church at all.
Interesting. Well, I say interesting because it's a product of colonization and all of that.
Hold on, Eshe. I'll tell you the extent of my Christianity is like I would do shit like get baptized for fun. Like if we went to church and they'd be like, "Who wants to come up and share their testimony?"
Oh my, Erica.
I was like 10. What the fuck? I have been to a Bible camp. I was in a choir, but I was just doing shit to be doing stuff. Like I wasn't like, but this wasn't because of my mom. This was like because if I had like a friend who was involved in the church, or like my auntie, my oldest auntie was involved in the church. But like my mom, my household, we didn't go to church every Sunday. We didn't do Bible study on Tuesday or Wednesday, choir practice and all that stuff. No, not at all.
I worked at a Christian camp. I worked there, and they found out I was gay, and it was this big thing. They let me stay, and they still paid me. But honestly, they didn't let me come back the second year because they said that I didn't follow their. I can't remember what it was, but they sent me an email too. They emailed me. They didn't even call.
That's why I don't have a lot of the religious trauma that folks have, or any other religious trauma, because I did not grow up in. I can't relate. Nope.
Well,
I just can't. I'm like, y'all parents didn't allow y'all to have a choice? That's crazy. I don't know. I guess my mom was very progressive. I don't know. But Eshe, please tell us all about the church you grew up in.
Oh, I was going to comment on what Lukey said and say I have a friend who was Mormon who went through conversion therapy. But fun or not so fun fact, in addition to today being Pride in Utah, but BYU, the church's university, used to do electroshock therapy as a part of conversion therapy on gay students there. So a little bit of Mormon history for y'all. But yeah, I grew up Mormon. You can ask me whatever question you want.
Have you watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives yet?
I've watched the first season and a half. One of the, I guess, Taylor...
Frankie Paul.
Yeah, TFP. I know someone who knows her, but that's just kind of how it is here.
Are they actually, are all they all swingers? Like, are Mormon swingers? Like, is that a real thing?
Not Mormons in general, but I've heard many stories about that. With people who are part of the church. So there was an incident maybe 10, 12 years ago where the leaders had to come and talk to a whole area. So without me explaining it, like there's a bunch of churches, basically everybody was just swapping and the headquarters had to come in and stop it. But I have a website, let's see.
Do they have like district managers like Aritzia or like Zara? They have district managers that come in.
Yeah, kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to paste a URL in the chat, and anyone who's interested, this is an actual blog that I found years ago of an active member of the Mormon Church who is a swinger. You can read all of her stories and how crazy it is and the justifications.
Oh, I saw a girl on YouTube talking about it.
I just posted the URL. It's angieutah.wordpress.com. I think it's
He'll be back. All right. I asked this person to stop spam sharing and they did it. So, yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, if you don't listen to me, you gotta go. That's all there is to it.
You just gotta go. The The door's on the left. Just go.
I know, right? Just exit, exit stage left. Thanks, appreciate you.
Right.
Shout out to my mod. Shout out to Shauna.
Okay.
Shauna closed out our daily donation goal and said it's time to go to sleep.
Is she saying that because she keeps seeing my ass yawn? It's not my fault.
No, she literally like Shauna's on the East Coast and Shauna will ride with me through thick and thin. She really will.
Oh shit.
She will. And so shout out to Shauna.
It's almost 3 a.m. where she damn.
So send Shauna all the love in the chat. I want to see all the hearts in the chat for Shauna. All of the hearts in the chat for Shauna. And Shauna, if you go to sleep, I totally understand. I
think I'm gonna bounce out.
I didn't say.
Wrap it up.
Thank you for having me, Erica.
Of course, Oslo. Thank you so much for coming by. And you have to remember to come back on a Friday or Saturday night for pickle time, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for having me, Erica.
Bye.
Of course, Lukey, thank you for stopping by. Nice to meet you.
Be sure to
love.
say your prayers to Beyonce tonight, y'all. So thank you, Beyonce. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, guys. Have a great night.
What would Beyonce do?
Yes, I'm just sharing the website because I had to check. That's what AngieUtah.wordpress.com. You are in for a hell of a ride. A Mormon swinger. Okay, you can read about it.
Hey, someone did ask in the comments, and you don't have to answer. Actually, I don't want to ask you. I'll just text you.
You can ask me.
Are you sure?
As long as it's
about
not
the garments.
Oh yeah, you can ask. I'm not Mormon.
You wear the garments.
I did.
You did.
I did the whole thing. I did the mission. I did the temple. All of it.
You black though. How do y'all become Mormons?
Hey, it's a whole thing. That's actually how I built my following on my page. I used to talk about it, and they followed me.
Oh wow. Okay,
But
I gotta go digging through your page.
You'd have to go deep. Also, fair warning, disclaimer: I sound different in those videos because part of Mormonism is it's like colonialism when they go to a different country. Anyhow, long story short, I moved here, and then I subconsciously assimilated, and so I dropped my accent. So when you look at those videos, I'm gonna sound like this. Hey guys, it's me, Spencer, and it's like the white guy voice. No, that ass. Like if you want, you're gonna be like, who is that person?
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, so I've been working on it for about a year and a half, just to get it back.
Oh, wow.
And so I can kind of float
So
between
this
if
is
I need
still
to.
fresh for you then?
What, leaving Mormonism? No, it's been almost 10 years.
Oh, okay. But getting your accent back?
Well, that's more recent. I think because I was born into it. So it's kind of like the Matrix where Neo wakes up. Have you seen that movie? Please tell me you have. Erica? Okay. Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Have you heard of that? It's kind of like, you have some reading and movie watching today. I'm going to give you some homework.
You're going to have to just send me a list and I'm going to have to find it to do it.
All right, deal. Okay, it's like...
Hold on one moment. Let me tell you something, all right? I spent a large part of my life being a brunch baddie, just enjoying the vibes, all right?
Yeah.
So, always abreast about political events, but the deeper stuff, I don't get so involved.
You do get involved or you don't?
I do. I want to.
Oh, yeah. Hit me up sometime. We'll chat. Legit. You can, and then you can just ask me whatever. I'll have a long phone call. But long story short, what were we talking about again? Accent. So
Mormon.
I was born. I was born in it. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? Okay, so that's from Batman. You need to watch more movies. I need to give you
No, I have a thing. I don't remember movies. I've seen the Batman movies. I like the one with Bane.
Oh, okay.
I like them. I just don't remember them.
The Dark Knight one?
Is
that the Dark Knight one?
Yeah, the one with Bane in it. I like that one. The thing is, I suck at remembering references. There's only two movies that I actually remember. It's The Color Purple and Forrest Gump. That's it.
Life is like a box of chocolates. I'm very similar in that I forget movies, so I can watch TV shows again, movies. I'm about to start Fringe again. Okay, let me get back to the topic.
All my life.
The thing I wanted to share with you is okay. I understand MAGA because I grew up in a cult, and the thing about Mormonism is it comes first in your life. So when I tell people I'm from Jamaica, I say I grew up Mormon, then Jamaican, then I had to find my blackness. And so it's been a process. It's probably been about the last 3 years really that I started waking up to it. And yeah,
Interesting.
it takes time.
Interesting. Yeah, you have a lot of deconstruction that you had to do. Are you still like in the process of doing that?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I just enjoy having conversations with Christians because when you really pull on the thread, that comforter that's been woven for them by their parents and society, it can unravel very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Very, very interesting. Hey, Shauna.
Hola. I just wanted to come up really, really quickly and
Hola,
just
¿cómo
comment
estás?
on. Bien, bien. So.
I don't understand Spanish.
It's easy. We can teach you. So there's two things I want to touch on. One, W. Tom Hardy for playing Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. I can watch that movie over and over. And then two, I was telling Swan in the chat that when I was growing up in the church, because my mother is super religious, they thought I was a demon. And the only reason why they thought I was a demon, and this actually traumatized me and made me go into like shell mode and hide who I really was, because I told my mom at 15 years old, I told her, I said, I think I like girls. And for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm an openly bisexual woman, very proud, yay, W me. But thank you. But they literally, I got baptized twice. They tried to take the demon out of me. It was just absolutely traumatizing and ridiculous. And when I went to college and I learned more about religion, I was like, and yeah.
Hold on. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. So sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. I just wanted to share that, religion.
Trauma. Does anyone have a happy religious story? I swear, I ain't never met nobody who had a happy religious story who is no longer
I didn't grow up.
religious.
I didn't grow up in a religious family.
I didn't either. Like my auntie was, but my mom wasn't, and that's who I had to listen to. My mom. So.
Because of slavery, colonization, and diaspora, Erica, you are unique. There's not a lot of Black people who did not grow up with a Christian perspective. So that's why I want to talk to you, because I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah, like my mom was so into choice. It was so cool. That's why, I get my son. And so here's the thing. Now, my mom is a Jehovah's Witness now. She has been a witness since 2012. Wow. Right? And she's still my favorite person in this entire world. Like, she's the best human being that I know. Like, she's like favorite number 2 because, Bubba's number 1. All right? Just call me Dion. I have a list. But with that being said, she still to this day is about choice. She doesn't force anything on anyone. And she even goes out and does door-to-door service as a witness, and she just doesn't force anything on anyone. She just has conversations, and people, they take it how they take it, and then they go from there. She's not about forcing her beliefs onto anyone. She definitely doesn't do it to me. She doesn't do it to Bubba. And so, she's just, still the best person that I know. And I grew up in a household of choice. Everything is a choice. You get to choose. You don't, and you have to live with the consequence, whether good or bad, of your actions.
Yeah, there was no choice for me. To add a layer to this conversation, my parents were the first Mormons baptized in Jamaica, so there's a whole thing. I'm telling you, actually, if you search for it, how many people are 281? Yeah, it's fine. Spencer, Jamaican Mormon. You'll find I think it's like a 3.5-hour podcast where I tell the whole story.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. One of my best friends, he's Jamaican. He's from Montego Bay. He's tell me about that story.
Which story, about me leaving the church?
Not here. I'm just saying in general about just some of the hardcore religious.
Oh, block Boom Bird. You can't be blocking Boom.
It wasn't me.
I'm not a mod. Guys, whenever I say who the hell did something, I know who it is.
I'm only looking for the nudity porn bots and MAGA in the chat. That's it.
It wasn't me.
I'm not even a mod.
Lisa, you should start watching Fringe. Fringe is an amazing television show if you've never watched it. If you like science, Sean, I assume that means black nerd, and
Yes, I absolutely love science. Yes.
Yeah, it's Fringe, amazing. But the best Star Trek series, I have to say, is Voyager. You can fight me about it. You can fight me on that.
I think it's DS9, honestly.
No, I could not make it through the first season of DS9. It was rough. It was rough.
So I was gonna say this is like super off topic. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's just breaking news right now. Currently, right now. Oh my fucking god. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Right now, Governor Gavin Newsom is currently interviewing with a Fox News interviewer about what's going on in California, saying what Trump is doing. He's basically trying to start a civil war. And I have it right here. And it's just terrible what I'm seeing right now.
You can go ahead and play it.
Okay. It's live right now.
Not the video, just the sound.
Pieces of news that came out of that. One,
Can y'all hear?
there's going to be a lawsuit announced tomorrow against the Trump administration fighting back on this idea of the National Guard. Another piece of news was news about his conversation with Donald Trump a couple nights ago. He had not talked about that. We had no details on that. President Trump today said that he had warned Governor Newsom, if you don't get things under control, I'm going to send in troops. Governor Newsom says that is a stone cold lie, that never happened, and that the president is essentially making up a conversation that wasn't real. And I was struck, Susan, especially having talked to him about wildfire relief, and when he tried to be more conciliatory to President Trump, and he gave him a lot of credit on that, how the governor was really going after the president there.
It felt as if the filter was off. There was something about his body language as well that
I can go back to Gavin Newsom talking if y'all want me to. It is live right now.
Perhaps you have, but I've not seen
Fox News or like
the mask of diplomacy.
It's Fox News, but I guess Fox News was interviewing Gavin Newsom, and they just wrapped up the interview, so I can go back to it.
Irritated that the President lied about the fact that he was.
Yeah, hold on.
Then there was a panic scene.
Hold on.
That's very interesting.
Of a barrier or something.
Let me see. Here we are. Okay, hold on.
Looks like our Fox 11 LA team is back.
3 officers injured, at least 10 people arrested. This is from LAPD.
And as we see this fire and we continue to watch the situation in downtown Los Angeles. And now we want to bring you, for the first time, my exclusive interview that I did today a short time ago with Governor Gavin Newsom at the LA County Emergency Control Center. And this is the only sit-down interview that he's done with a local station today. And it was wide-ranging. Here it is. Newsom, what is your main message to the people of California in this moment?
Well, that Donald Trump is reckless. He's immoral. He's taken the illegal and unconstitutional act of federalizing the National Guard, and he's putting lives at risk.
I mean, is it truly unconstitutional? I know it's been done before.
Well, I mean, in his own executive order, it directs the Department of Defense to collaborate with state governors. So by definition, it's illegal. There was no collaboration. There was no counsel, no consideration of the rules of engagement. It was a reckless act that has led to conditions that have been exacerbated, and it's putting people's lives at risk.
So can't he declare an insurrection and go forward with this?
Yeah, he potentially can, and there's latitude. But as it relates to the actual language in his executive order, there's a reason we're going to court tomorrow, and the reason we're confident that we will succeed. That said, he's pushing now out the boundaries, whether or not we're going to get into posse comitatus, and whether or not he's going to test the theories in that case to then require the state National Guard in a federalized posture to coordinate and.
Hold up, y'all. Let me pause. Let me get my charger. My phone's about to die. Hold up, real quick.
So in his own memo that he wrote, he basically said that he would coordinate with the states. So that's another lie that he told, because he basically went over Newsom's head and did not coordinate with him to bring in the guard.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Did he read anything before he signed it? Because y'all know he didn't write the memo.
No, he don't. All right, here we go.
I don't think he can read though.
Shout out to Jenny for the 5-month sub. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Jenny. Thank you.
Jenny. Y'all tell me when to go.
Tell me when to go. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. You can go.
Collaborate with ICE enforcement, which certainly would not have a precedent in 100 plus years.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I think we're on the precipice of that being a real possibility. I have zero confidence. He's acting recklessly. He's acting unlawfully. He's putting people's lives at risk. And it's my job to clean up Donald Trump's mess because he's making it by the hour.
You guys talked the other night, right?
Yes, we did.
What was that conversation
It
like?
was a very collaborative conversation. It was a very good conversation. And he didn't really want to engage on the issues of LA, which was the great irony of this. He wanted to talk about a myriad of other issues. There was no suggestion, none, period, full stop, about the National Guard. Quite the contrary. And by the way, I have a lot of experience with the National Guard. So do you here in LA.
Right.
We've been using the National Guard. I've directed the National Guard down here prior as it relates to issues during 2020 riots. And so we have no ideological opposition of utilizing the Guard, but there's zero necessity. There was no request of mutual aid. LAPD, the Sheriff's Office, no request. CHP, more than capable. We've got 175 CHP off today because of what Donald Trump did with the National Guard.
But we see some of the images in the streets today. We see cars burning. We see freeways being shut down. We see
Unacceptable.
But it's clear that things aren't totally under control right now.
That's right, because he's created the conditions.
Yeah.
He's exacerbated the conditions. This is Donald Trump's. These are images that Donald Trump created.
You think he wants it politically?
Of course he wants it politically.
Why?
Because he wants to divide us. He wants to attack the rule of law. He wants to attack the democracy. He wants to attack the best of what makes this country. The reasons our founding fathers lived and died. This fundamental notion of three independent branches he can't handle. He's already taken over. Speaker Johnson's a joke. He's completely complicit. $2.5 trillion to your debt. Wrecking the economy. Take Elon Musk's comments on that, just not mine. I mean, this has been a disastrous presidency. And so, of course, we're here with another distraction that puts, in this case, people's lives at risk. And he's testing the boundaries of the Constitution in a way that one can clearly argue is a constitutional crisis.
So how do you negotiate with somebody who may want these images?
You can't negotiate with them. Come on, no one can negotiate with them. I mean, no one can. I've gone out of great lengths to try to work with this guy. You can't work with him. You can only work for him, and I'll never work for him. And it's shameful, those that are, and that are complicit in this, and they're rolling over. And as I said, the founding fathers are rolling over in their graves right now watching this.
Do you, because the other night, he came out and said that when you guys spoke, he warned you that if you didn't get things under control, he was going to bring in
Stone cold liar. Stone cold liar. He made that up. Like he makes up so many other things. He never said that.
And he also seemed to make up this idea that the National Guard did a great job last night when they weren't here.
They weren't even deployed, and he claimed victory. He's lost it. He hasn't lost a step. And I saw him trip on the steps today. I mean, this is serious. He is not the same person that I dealt with just 4 years ago. And he's incapable now of even a train of thought. He's making things up, and he's putting people's lives at risk. And he's got a band of people that are complicit in this. And that's what's so damn alarming. And we need Congress to step up, and my gosh, do we need the courts.
But now that the National Guard are here, is there some good that they can do? I mean, those folks, there's a lot of great folks.
They haven't even been mission taxed appropriately. There's only 300 of them.
Is there anything they can do to help you?
These are great men and women. I work with them all the time. We've all worked. They've been well received by the community down here. We know these folks. We care about these folks. And I worry about them now. I worry about their safety. He's putting their safety at risk. He doesn't know what he's doing. They don't know what they're doing right now. I mean, I got the CRT teams. I got some of the best and the brightest CHP that are trained for this. By the way, if you're going to use the right National Guard, use the MPs that were out there doing the work here in terms of logistics and traffic management. But he didn't even use that for the fires. Those folks for the fires. Right. I mean, this proves it's just political game that puts people's lives at risk. So it's not a game.
I assume that you believe in immigration law and that there needs to be a way for these folks to carry out some of these.
We have never gone the way. State of California does not get in the way of federal actions using federal resources. I've also collaborated with the federal government and vetoed bills that would compel me not to over 10,000 times. 10,000 times from CDCR. We've coordinated with ICE on deportation. I am not sitting here arguing for criminals in our backyard. And I just want to remind your viewers, we have 394 National Guard down at the border that I've had there for years and years and years. Of course, we believe in immigration rules and laws. And of course, we were very vocal on the issue of borders. I think you and I went down 4 or 5 times on the border in events over the last 5 years. We are not passive in this space.
But when we have seen agitators getting in the way of some of these ICE agents who are trying to do their job.
Hey, these sort of anarchists.
What should happen to them?
They should be arrested. Yeah. They should be called out. We condemn that destruction of personal property. These groups come in, they have nothing to do with these peaceful protesters, these poor peaceful protesters. These guys come in to take advantage of these moments, and that's exactly what we knew would happen. That's exactly what Trump knew was going to happen. That's exactly what his team knows. They help create these conditions to inflame them. This is Donald Trump's mess. What you see in your nightly news is Donald Trump's making, and we've got to clean up this mess. If he can't do it, we're going to have to do it.
It was interesting. The statement you put out reminded me, I'm reading Jonathan Haig's book about Martin Luther King, and he always tried to tell people, protest peacefully. You're throwing, basically you said that if you go out and do violence at this point, you're giving Donald Trump what he wants.
You're handing it to him. So stop these guys, these idiots that are jumping up on cars, that are burning these Waymos. These people, that's a disgrace. And the impact they're having on our democracy, there's a lot at risk here. I mean, this is not just a simple act of disobedience. They should be arrested. They should be held accountable. Anyone who attacks any innocent person, including a law enforcement person that's lawfully doing their job, they're members of our community just like everybody else. They go to the same churches. They're good human beings. And, just because we don't like Donald Trump, just because we don't like their orders, doesn't mean you have the right to hurt or harm people. And that goes for them as well. We'll hold them, everybody, to a higher level of accountability. But that's not what Trump is after. He's not for peacemaking. He's here for war. He wants a civil war on the streets of America, not just here. He's testing the boundaries by nationalizing the federal guard. Heck, his own great Kristi Noem was just a year ago sitting there with newsmaker Sean Hannity saying it's outrageous that Biden is considering nationalizing the guard in my great state. Kristi Noem, the same Kristi Noem, saying, what about state sovereignties and state rights? And where the hell is Hannity now? Where the hell is Kristi Noem? They're out there just singing the siren songs of chaos, trying to sow chaos and putting our democracy at risk. These are acts of authoritarians. Period. Full stop.
So what you're saying and what he's saying, very heated rhetoric. How do we cool this down? How do we get things to calm down? How do we get the streets at this point to be safe?
Donald Trump needs to rescind his order. Period. And then we need to go back to a process where we peacefully protest, where law enforcement peacefully organizes safe parameters of engagement, or at least parameters of engagement that keep people safe. That federal authorities have the right to enforce federal laws, but in a way that can be at least coordinated so that it's not chaotic, and that keeps families together and goes after the criminals, not innocent people that are just trying to live their damn lives and just trying to get their kids educated.
What do you say to critics who say you may have poked the bear by threatening to withhold California's tax money?
This was after he said he was going for a full-scale attack on the university system and cutting NSF funding and cutting NIH funding, poking the bear. Are you kidding me? Standing up for principles, standing up for honor and decency, standing up for the rule of law, poking the bear. Come on.
And lastly, there's a lot of people who are scared right now, especially a lot of people who are Latino who are here legally, who are worried they may be taken away. That's a huge percentage of California's population.
Well, close to 40% of the population.
What do you
We're a
say?
majority minority state. 27% of the state's foreign born. All these mixed status families.
What's your message to those people today?
They matter and we care. And that's why we're being so aggressive right now, pushing back against these authoritarian tendencies of Donald Trump. That's why we're standing tall with 22 lawsuits. That's why we did a special session. And you guys, many of you called me out as it's too extreme. Shouldn't you be working with Donald Trump during his transition when I called that special session? And we've used those resources to file over 22 lawsuits. We're filing more as we speak. And that included, by the way, $50 million that we set aside, or $25 million specifically for legal aid to help these families. So we had their back because we knew something would happen. But I gotta say, I never expected Donald Trump to do this and to create the conditions that we're seeing today and threaten to make him even worse by bringing in the military.
Wow, I have so many questions for you, Alex.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will say, I'm going to give Newsom credit. He did not let that Fox News host try to soundbite him.
Pigeonhole him.
Nah, he did not.
Back him in a corner. He stood on business and made sure he answered every single question the way that he wanted to answer the question.
Now, I will say I disagree with him when he was talking about I don't know if he was talking when it came to authoritarian. If he was talking about the ICE agents that caused this, or if he was talking about the people who obviously seek civilians that were attacked and then seek violence after that. I don't know who he was talking about. I think he needs to be more clear with that. The one thing I did not agree with was it sounded like he was saying that both parties are in the wrong, and I don't necessarily agree with this. ICE attacked the civilians first. They attacked protesters first. So obviously, most people, if you're getting attacked, what are you going to do? You're going to fight back. For the most part. I mean, that's typically what we see in most protests. And when has ever a peaceful protest in fucking history actually make change? Because last I checked, every single protest that I've seen where we've either gained rights, whether it was women gaining rights, obviously segregation ending, the civil rights era, what were they peaceful? Because last I checked, they weren't. You have to be loud in order to get your point across. That's how I see it. And I'm not advocating for violence whatsoever, but I mean,
that's not what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for violence. I'm advocating for people to actually use their fucking voice, because what's going on right now is fucking illegal. And people are just fed up and they're tired of it. And they were trying to peacefully protest. And unfortunately, they were trying. And unfortunately, ICE was the one that attacked first. They were the ones that struck first.
Exactly. They were the ones. I saw somewhere, I think it was Liam who told me this, but a reporter was actually just basically reporting on the story on what's going on in LA, and they actually aimed directly at her and shot rubber bullets at her.
Yeah,
shot a rubber bullet. They just did that. Is that not antagonizing, instigating? Is that not them escalating the situation?
Yeah, was that the Australian reporter, Erica?
Yes, someone just said it. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I know Liam told me about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I shared in the chat earlier this evening. She was literally just reporting the news, and you could just tell where they directly aimed at her and then just shot her in the back of the leg. It was insanity.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and so again, I totally agree with Gavin Newsom. This is Trump's way of exacerbating the situation. They are doing nothing to actually quell what's going on. And in my opinion, from what I saw yesterday, there was nothing to quell. All I saw was people basically on the street protesting and chanting. That was it. That was it. Other than that, there was nothing actually happening. And so, yeah, again, this is his testing ground.
Mm-hmm. And
if he succeeds here, it's going to spread throughout the country like a wildfire.
Gavin Newsom pretty much answered everything correctly, and I don't like Gavin Newsom. Besides the one comment that I obviously mentioned, I didn't really like that. It sounded like that he was saying that people, and listen, I don't advocate for violence. I don't want people doing that, obviously burning cars or anything like that.
Revolution is violent, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't want people doing that, but unfortunately, we're in a time right now where that might have to be the case. In order for us to actually, like,
Mr. Skip,
actually share like what's going on and actually like get him out of, whether it's get him out of office or change the society, we're gonna have to do what we're gonna have to do. I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, if you go back in history and you look at any type of protest, right, for people to get rights, whether it was women getting rights, whether it was black women and black men getting rights, segregation ending, were they peaceful? I don't think so.
Not at all.
Peaceful protests are ineffective. They do not work.
Exactly.
Revolution is definitely scary. It is violent, but it's something that's definitely needed to come.
And it's going to be televised.
It is. This one's going to be televised. It most definitely is. And I do appreciate that Newsom called Trump out on what he truly is, an authoritarian. He called him out. I'm gonna say it because I've been wanting the Democrats to actually speak up and speak out against what Trump is doing, and for Gavin Newsom to be the one to do so, I'm okay with it. Somebody had to do it, and he's doing it. I guarantee that tomorrow, around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll probably be getting, he's been waking up later. So I'm gonna say around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna be getting news that he's pulling some type of funding from California.
Absolutely.
Right, absolutely.
He's gonna do something spiteful.
And California's gonna be like, okay, well then we'll just pull our fucking funding to y'all. Like, we're just not gonna give y'all any more, tax revenue funding, And I don't think Trump realizes how detrimental that's gonna be, especially to the red states. My state will be affected. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Oh, it's gonna be someone in his cabinet who tells him, an aide or actual cabinet member. Miller could tell him, but he's not gonna care because he's impulsive. He's just an impulsive, vindictive man. So there's that. But guys, I do have to call it. Well, my Shauna has been up past her bedtime.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, this little one.
Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you.
This little one he's past his bedtime too, as you can hear.
Oh yeah, they get real aggy. I gotta check to see what I gotta see what Bubba is doing too, because he's been quiet. That's suspicious.
Oh, that's scary.
He doesn't have school, right?
No, he doesn't. He's out. Yeah, he's out of school for the summer. He's living his best life right now. My son thinks 1 a.m. is his new bedtime. I'm like, bro, go to sleep.
Yeah, the baby's laugh. I know it's contagious. I know. Take your birth control. Take your birth control.
All right, guys. Well, SJ, Maddie, and Shauna, thank you so very much. Liv, you're late. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great night.
All right. Have a great night.
Y'all can drop yourselves down. Shauna, I got you because I know the deal.
Okay. Bye.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate each and every last one of you. You guys are absolutely fantastic and absolutely awesome. All right, let's go ahead and hit our outro so we can go ahead and get up on out of here. Now, with that said, we're gonna raid another creator, a smaller creator. El Santana's in the chat. All right, y'all see her name right here? Fee Influence Me is literally on the screen. Fee Influence Me too. Go say hi to her for me. Say Erica Ray, drop some hearts in the chat. Do all the good things. Show her all the love while you are over there. All right. Thank you all to everyone who tap that screen, who shared the live tonight, took care of the gift goals, the donation goals. Thank you to everyone. I appreciate y'all so very much. I'm trying to find my outro song, but I'm not doing a good job of it. There we go. Found it. Okay. All right, guys. So listen, I can't do this without y'all. So thank you so very much. And I want to pay it forward to a smaller creator. Who the heck invited Boom up here? Who did that? Santana, was that you? Why would you do this? Boom, we are ending, Mr. Boom. I hope you have a good night. And someone did block you, but you know I would never. Bye, Mr.
They blocked me?
Yeah, somebody blocked you, Boom, but you know what? You've been unblocked, okay? Because you know I would never. We gotta go, Boom.
All right.
Santana, I'm gonna get you. All right, guys, but Fee Influence Me Too is the name. Go say hi to her. Draw some hearts in the chat, guys. Thank you to the Parker Raid, to the Lotus Raid, to the Swan Raid. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all the love. And again, I want to pay it forward. So go say hi to Fee for me. Drop those hearts in the chat. And guys, I leave you with this as I do every single night. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please do something kind.
Hacemos de nuevo. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no sé lo que pensé, estaba loca.
Gracias.
Yo sé que un día tú volverás y tú de todo te arrepentirás. Yo me puse después a tus pies y tan solo con despedirme estallado, pero ahora ve. Si una vez dije que te amaba, hoy me arrepiento. We need a snipe. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no sé lo que pensé, estaba loca. We need a snipe. Oh, we need two galaxies. Oh, we need two galaxies.
Que no hay gracias, familia, todo el mundo en mi pick, que no hay en el chat, de verdad, mil gracias. Te dieron guante, gracias José, Nubia, Joey, Vanessa, Latencia, que pues, Suri, Fernando, Chumbo, todos los que mandaron rositas dieron taps. Thank you, Suri, ay, me muero. Gaby.
Did you guys got a glove?
We actually got 2.
Bombastic side eye.
This is against me. This is against me, guys. TikTok is against me. We didn't want any glove. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We'll see
Hey,
you next
I
time.
see you. Thank you so much for accepting me. Kisses. Bye.
No, of course. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Sí, canta bien bonito. Ok, hagamos esa. Si una vez dije que te amaba. A ver qué tal. A ver si me acuerdo, pero dice que la canté una vez. Les encanta armar chisme. Vamos para que terminen de bailarlo. Ajá. En este más te vale no taparte los oídos. Exacto. ¿Cucarachas? ¿Son cucarachas? ¿Cuál? Yo de todo mi amor y más. Y tú
pues a tus pies y tan solo con desprecio una palabra, pero ahora ve. Si una vez dije que te amaba,